Okay. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Let me go ahead and ping some of my brethren.
Yeah. I'm this is my first time broadcasting on here, so it's an honor, man. I'm about to go ahead and ping my people in as well.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yes, sir.
You a virgin to this, huh?
Yeah.
You know what's right? You know what's good though? And I was telling my brother this earlier. I was like, it's poetic justice that I did my first room yesterday on the solstice, you know, on the great conjunction. You know what I mean? I've been basically sitting back listening to a lot of stuff, but I felt that it was right. It was the timings was right to start to jump in and to get this conversation going. You know, after we got our powers.
So I feel powered up for real, man. Like I don't know what it is. It's more the clarity for me. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it ain't even like nothing's really changed. It's just like a it's like something just lifted off of me, like a clarity in my life right now.
Right. You know, that's how it be. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely what it is. Like remember, this is the winter solstice, so it's time to reflect. It's time to basically look within. You know, it's the same thing with the animals that are hibernating in nature. You know, we are the netters. We tap into our nature. It's basically time to hibernate. You know what I mean? It's time to hibernate. Going into 2021, there's a lot to go over with this fiscal year, this calendar year of 2020. If we continue to go at a fast pace and we don't reflect and we don't look within and we don't assess what happened, then we're going to run into 2020. We might burn out. You know, we're not going to be able to look at what happened and really give it a honest assessment.
Yeah, I definitely feel like, us, like with everything where they say the future be televised, but now it's tokenized.
Right.
We going into it. We go into that time where everything documented. Everybody can look back, see exactly how everything happened, cross reference. It ain't no lies. It ain't the veil's lifted.
The veil is definitely lifted, bro.
Yeah.
That is a fact. Shout out to everybody that's in the room right now. Salute to everybody in the room. I just did a live on my Instagram, and it came to see it, man. Everybody want to invite. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey. Did you? Well, I didn't even ask you. Did you see them? Because I know you seen them. But how you feel about these new policies with Instagram?
Well,
I know a lot of people don't even know about them for real.
I feel like those new policies with Instagram is one of the reasons why we on this this show tonight. That's one of the reasons why this room has been put together. The new policies with Instagram, in my humble opinion, is almost like it's beyond a red flag. It's a catalyst for change, it's the impetus that we may need to get us moving at a faster pace to develop what is known as decentralized platforms, and to identify what encrypted software is and what it's not. And I feel that based off of the conversations that me and you have had, over the weeks and whatnot, the conversations that I had with Chicago Crypto Hustler and a few other brothers in the tech space, I feel like this is a great opportune time to both enlighten the family and also to network with those that are amongst us who could add on. And because I was saying, like, I'm affirming at this point that the planets are conjuncted, like the window is open. I'm not asking anything. I'm affirming what is going to take place in 2021. I'm affirming our place in the tech space, in that sector and whatnot. I'm affirming that we can do what Mark Zuckerberg and all of them did in 10 years. We could do that in 2 if we're focused.
I promise that can be done, bro. And the fact that we know it can be done, and the fact that we're gonna do that, is gonna show everybody else that it can definitely be done. And you don't have to be a tech guru to excel in the tech sector. Tech is man, it's thousands and thousands of subcategories when we talk tech. So, if we don't get a piece of that, it's definitely our fault for sure. It's abundant. It's infinite abundance at that.
Definitely. One of the things about the policies that I read, and it was alarming to me, was just the level of invasion of privacy. What a choice of words. What a play on words when that was a Grammy-winning album. And now we're in a reality where invasion of privacy is not just a Grammy Award winning debut album from Cardi. It's an actuality where Instagram, and if it's Instagram, I'm assuming that it's WhatsApp and Facebook, right? Because these are all part of the monopoly. Right.
But they say birds of a feather flock together.
There you go. So there's the point that the fact that they're saying that they can access your camera and turn it on, the fact that they're blatant
at any time.
Yeah, at any time. The fact that they're blatantly saying that they could copy your address book. The fact that they're saying that they can access your browsing history. All of these Orwellian things.
SMS,
your SMS
text, location, IP, right. and they could use your facial expressions and reactions to certain posts and certain content against you.
Right.
So,
right.
With them telling you, I feel like with them telling us that, it's not a secret that they've been doing it and, selling our data and leveraging our data to get the higher places, but at the same time, I feel like, it's kind of a being that they've been in them battles in court and all that, it's more of a disclaimer now. Like, we have to tell you that we're doing this. We're not going to stop doing this, but if we don't tell you we're doing this, then it's a breach of contract. And we know we got you by the balls, so you don't want to stop using it. So it's kind of them saying, fuck us right now. And shit, it's time for they fucked them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What would you... I want to know from you, being that you have a overstanding of technology development, real quick for the family that's in the building. Could we just do a brief rundown, like a little, a quick who you are, for anybody that's just entering into the room?
Yeah, man. So for one, I want to say, thank you, Red, what I'm saying, for introducing me to everybody. For everybody that's in the room, I came in, I started off as an artist. I've went top 40. My song hit Billboard. I've been featured on Netflix, Fox, Oxygen, a few other TV networks. I've done some writing. I've done a lot of things in the music industry already. And from there, it kind of just brought me into a lot of different worlds. It exposed me to a lot of different things. And I've always been pretty tech savvy. I just didn't know it myself. So once I started, really owning that and telling myself like, yeah, this is what I'm really doing, I started really walking into it and really getting into a lot of the advanced parts of technology, everything from coding to, building applications, analytics, client relationship management. Everything. I've been the janitor all the way up to the CEO, everything you can think of. So I played every part, intern, everything you can think of, all the way up to now. And I just use like a lot of my different skills from graphic design to, the web skills and all the back end stuff and put it all together, and now it's, actually just brought me into, right when I thought I knew a lot, it showed me I don't really know nothing. And it's so many layers to technology, and it's a psychology to technology as well. It's so much to it because they, user interaction and user interaction and user experience is pretty much designed by the person on the other end. You know, they're not designing it. They're not designing it with their self in mind. I mean, they are, you know, when they do, you know, how they, you know, certain little things, but for the most part, they think about the person on the other end, how the person's gonna react, how much time do they have. You know, they fighting for our time. You know, it's only so much time in the day, and it's thousands and thousands of apps out there, so they got to be real specific about how they get our attention and how much of our attention can they keep. You know, that's what they're.
For the record, that's called retention, correct?
If I'm not mistaken, well, no, that's like you know, like the little thing on YouTube where it say not duration, but they pay you more, you know, depending on the watch time.
Right, and your analytics.
Yeah, but I can't remember the exact word for it. But yeah, you know, all that go together.
That's retention. Sure. I believe that's retention rate.
Yeah,
and
retention.
And they also call it stickiness. So apps, they could base, you know, your ad revenue and things of that nature based off of your stickiness, meaning how long can you hold a person to your app. Liar Cohen on a Breakfast Club interview famously said, if you don't have the money to pay, you know, because the business model of the music industry switched over to streaming. So they basically was saying, and I believe that happened because of both bootlegging and the advance in technology. So Liar Cohen said, if you don't have the money to pay for the songs, you're going to pay with your eyeballs, right? So they've monetized how long you are staying on these apps. You know, that's how they pitch to their advertisers. They could show the analytics and, of course, the data and say, look, this person is on. Yeah, we have 18 to 35-year-old black males on Instagram at an average of 4 hours a day. And like you said, there's 24 hours in a day. We sleep 12. No, we sleep 8, right? So if 4 hours is spent on an app, imagine how much real estate that is. Like, that is incredible.
Bro. And that's if you know, for everybody that's in this room, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to see where your productivity is going, because this phone is more than just a phone. Like I said, like it's a real spaceship that can take you a lot of different places. So go into your settings in your phone and look at your app usage. That's gonna tell you that right now. If you're using Instagram for marketing and all that, you know, I get it. But if that email app, if that you know, all the other apps that's on there, if you're not using them as well, you know, you probably should reallocate your time, because it's a lot of things to be done. And you know, like you said, it's like real estate in our mind, bro. Like, they really buying up real estate in our mind. Like, even right now, brother, you got a large piece of real estate in my mind, because you open up a lot of things to me. You know what I'm saying? For me to go check out. You feel what I'm saying? So that real estate in the mind is very important. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, that's why branding, you know, people underestimate branding, because, you know, everybody talks about the marketing, but the branding, it keeps going past marketing and before marketing. Like, it's like a life story. Like, it's like with branding, you got it's no one way to describe a brand, because a brand is really described by the reaction of the people. And the marketing is more of a precise, you know, we're going to do this to hit this many people by these analytics. But branding, you know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So branding play a big part of the real estate in our mind. So, you know, it's a proven fact that we're going to go with, you know, the logo that we see the most. So if they feeding us bullshit and we think it's candy and we used to seeing it, we're going to always go with that. You know what I'm saying? So even with Instagram, what do we really go there for? To reach the people that we know, and we know that it's a network. But at the same time, we're over here on Clubhouse, which is exclusive to a certain extent, and we're spending our real estate building with other people. Factory. Pop Darby want to pop in. What's up, Pop?
Pop Darby in the building. And yes, I see my brother KNOTTI in the building too.
Can you bring in? I don't know how to. I just seen the thing.
Shout out to Tokyo in the building.
I got it.
Yeah, we got some power players in the building tonight. Salute to all of y'all. And the value that every single one of y'all add. I just want to salute every single one of y'all, for what y'all doing in your spaces. We definitely see you, we recognize you, and we salute you. Yeah, so Brother Slice, you were given a rundown, a little bio and whatnot. Please continue.
Yeah, so throughout the music, I done did a lot of different things, engineering for other artists, engineering myself a lot of the times. Within me doing that, I got to learn, the intricacies of Pro Tools past just recording people. And it's the same thing for when I was doing graphics for myself and other people as well. I started learning the intricacies of Photoshop and Illustrator. And what was interesting to me was, a lot of the commands are similar for all the programs, but all the programs are set to do a certain thing.
Right.
So it's the same thing for us, when we're doing certain things, we program ourselves to get a certain outcome. And for me, music is my therapy. Music is something that I never stop doing because it's just in me. And I always grow as an artist and as a creator, every single day. So I started putting that same passion into my creativity to just do other things because I needed graphics. I needed this done. I needed that done. But I'm like Pac with it. Like, I got to get it done now. I can't wait. So I just started picking up a lot of skills for stuff I needed done, and it grew into an empire. And I got to the point where I was scatterbrained. I had to learn, time management, project management. I had to learn a lot of things, bumping my head throughout all this. And I learned how to get better, to get more efficient and get things done faster. That was one of the biggest things. So getting into this tech stuff, bro, like, I didn't even know I was already in tech back when I was fucking with MySpace. That's how I started learning how to code and shit, manipulating code off MySpace. And then from MySpace, I really just started getting into a little bit of everything. I made my own version of Craigslist when I was in like high school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was just middlemaning people that was just coming up on stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And I learned from that. You know what I'm saying? I learned about privacy policies, terms and conditions. You know what I'm saying? Having your shit in order when you're doing business. Because if you accepting payments or if you doing anything dealing with people information, there's a lot that comes with that. So when we had this talk about centralized and decentralized, that's a very important conversation. And it's more of a conversation of, it's better for you to take the time out to learn what it is because it's going to hurt you not knowing. And that's pretty much with anything in life.
So you talk about the virtual and augmented reality space that you're in?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I took a pivot. During the during COVID-19 when the whole world came to a freeze. Like, I was pretty much running my whole company like an agency. On the design side, doing everything design wise. And a lot of the intricate tech stuff I was doing, I really kept it to a limited amount of people I was dealing with on a monthly basis. So from there, when everything stopped, I just kind of seen that it got oversaturated with a lot of the, stuff I was offering out to the world. I felt like, it wasn't special anymore. I could do something super dope, but it's artificial intelligence software that'll let you do this in, less time than it take me to do it.
Right.
But it's not going to have that same creative edge as what I did, but you can still get a product. So that brought me into the augmented world because I started getting into video game design, video game development. And I was like, okay, boom, I want to make a video game, but I need this, and that. So I had to really start digging, and that brought me into 3D modeling, and the 3D modeling brought me over into, well, how do I put the clothes on this? So I had to learn UV maps, texture maps, and all that shit. Then I had to learn, building the environment and all this stuff. So when I got into the augmented space, it kind of showed me that, bro, like, this world we live in ain't nothing but a big ass program. You know what I'm saying? We're all the programmers, but we all looking at it as something different.
Right.
Like being in the augmented space, you really don't know what's real in life once you realize that you can manipulate anything that you can see around you. It's the same thing with music. You know what I'm saying? Like this one song that come out, everybody can think this one person said something. It's like you know, a lot of the rappers that they call mumble rappers these days. Nobody knows exactly what they're saying all the way throughout the song, but everybody has a different interpretation of what they're saying.
Right.
It's subjective, so that's the beautiful thing about art. But when it comes to this augmented space, you know, I don't know if y'all familiar with hyper reality, but if y'all look up hyper reality, like an actual video of it, it's kind of like having on Oculus shades, but you don't have them on. Like everything is what it is, but you seeing shit pop out the sky. You know, you checking your messages right here in the air. Everything is spatial. This is called spatial reality. You know, and it started showing me that, you know, the future is going towards spatial reality and designing things to interact with, human touch and haptics and things of that sort. You know what I'm saying?
Right. My question to you is, I was looking at a company called, what was the name of it? Magic Leap. Yeah, Magic Leap. They were receiving all of this funding and things of that nature. And they basically had like a whale jumping out of the floor. And is that the immersive technology that you're speaking of?
Yes, sir. I feel like immersive technology is any type of technology that can connect with, your five senses, and that can pretty much connect two of them at the same time. Okay. It can either connect all of them or at least two or more at the same time.
I think we got
Bully in here. I think Bully just came in.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. I see we got Chicago crypto bully in the building. All right.
I'm in the building.
Salute to the God.
Peace, God. Peace. How y'all doing tonight?
Peace, brother. How you doing, brother?
Man, all is truly well. I appreciate being added onto the build. I'm gonna sit back and peep game though.
Indeed. Peace, Pop Darby. Peace to the God.
What's the word, family? Let's get into this information technology and how we gonna leverage it.
Okay, yes. KNOTTI. Peace to the God. Salute, King.
Salute. I'm just listening. A lot of stuff that Slice saying. I went through the same thing, so I'm just listening in amazement. Like it's a good group, man. I'm here to listen in and add where I can.
Okay, so tonight what we're gonna do is we're gonna add value. We're gonna dispel some of the misconceptions about the limits that we think that are imposed upon us in the tech space. My ultimate goal is to form Voltron amongst the brothers and sisters that are in this community that I feel are, you can't even put a value to what they add. Going into 2021, like I say, on the eve, or rather while the window of this conjunction is still here, when Saturn and Jupiter and Aquarius have come together, 0 degrees Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign of the internet. Aquarius is technology. It is innovation. Jupiter is expansion. Saturn is restrictions and things of that nature. Jupiter is optimism, growth, expansion.
That's me all the way, brother. Sagittarius.
Right. So I just feel that it's time for us to speak these things to affirm the fact that we are, not that we're going to be in this space, we are in this space. What Chicago Crypto has been doing for his students in the cryptocurrency space is magnificent. Over the years, he's been preparing brothers and sisters to get their minds right, to look at all of the coins, both Bitcoin and the altcoins. What KNOTTI has been doing in the space with technology, art, music, all kind of things, and Forex and things of that nature is magnificent. He has a community. He has people that have been listening and learning and whatnot, and he's been adding value every single day that he's been online. What Pop Darby is doing, what Unity is wealth, and he's been adding value with the technology. He just ran for political office in Houston, Texas, and whatnot, for a district that is an underdeserved district and whatnot. The brother is a mastermind when it comes to putting people together, models and whatnot on how to basically scale by utilizing the power of the people to fund, the power of the people to crowdfund, the power of the people to create their own quote unquote, budgets and whatnot. So when it comes time for us to build our own app, we won't have to necessarily look outside. And I was saying this on my IG live, that whenever we go to the investors, or whenever we go to get loans, or whenever we have to go to sit down with a company or these investors that are going to chop your company up and take a large percentage of it, they know that we the people have failed you. They know that the we the people concept have not worked. Even when you go to get one of these record deals and you was popping on the independent level, the record label knows that you wasn't popping that much, because here you go sitting down with them ready to sign over your likeness, your publishing, your masters, and everything else is really worth something on the back end for this loan that they're about to give you. And you're going to pay that back with interest. So my thing going forward, especially with the way that these apps are rolling out, especially with the blockchain, with crypto, and the way that the market has been decentralized or democratized,
and decentralized finance as well.
Right. It's time for us to finally say, no, I'm not offering nothing to nobody, because we could share, we could offer equity to each other at the end of the day. We don't got to go to a bank. We don't have, because we've seen too many episodes of Where Are They Now, Unsung, and all of these other, sad stories and whatnot, to know that somebody is not playing fair. So with the policies of what Instagram is rolling out, the window is open for the conversation to be had to create something that's bigger and better than a Clubhouse, than an Instagram, than a Facebook, something that's sticky, something that has a retention rate that's very, strong, and something that's going to help monetize the skills and the gifts and the talents that our community and our networks have. So, Slice, I want to know from you quickly. You've been doing a little bit of research with decentralization. Do you care to share some of that with us? And then from there, I want our good brother Chicago to weigh in as well.
Yeah, so I know, like, as far as the decentralized, as far as the whole decentralized space as a whole, I feel like the opportunity is extremely infinite, and I feel like this is definitely the time to fuck with it, because they've been letting us know, they've been making it clear. They tell you in the privacy policy of anything that you use that basically how they rocking. So I feel like shit. I already been practicing it as of recently, just starting to stray away from the sister platforms, but just use them as for what they are, because these platforms are nothing but commercial spaces at these points, and is not really social networking no more, because it's like they coming in your house. It's like they ain't even knocking at the door. They're like you walk in the house and they sitting on your couch like, what up? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like we got to get away from that shit, man. And for everybody that's not familiar with what decentralized is, it's pretty much like so with a central server, when everything's running off a central server, when something is centralized, that means is one point of not contact, but one point of entry, one point of exit, pretty much. Within a decentralized network, it's more like rubber bands. Everything's kind of like a bunch of wires tangled up. There's no way to have one central point to begin or end. There's no single point of failure. You know what I'm saying? Meaning it can't be controlled, censored, deleted. It's a lot of perks of dealing with decentralized, finance, because you could take loans out against your own money without having to sign papers, give up your information, any of that. You could do a lot of things on your own, be your own banking system, build your own credit, and build your own assets within the digital space and crypto space, and move it offline if you choose to. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of perks to it. You get your own privacy, and you get to build. You get to build with the people
because they got more than just decentralized finance. They got decentralized messaging. They got decentralized games where you get paid in crypto to play video games. There's so much you can do in a decentralized space and maintain your privacy and build with people. You know what I'm saying? As big as you want to. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you want to talk to, you don't have to provide your email. You don't have to provide your number. You don't have to upload a selfie. You don't have to send your ID in and all this extra shit. It's straight, clear cut to the point. That's why it's decentralized.
Right.
But on a deeper level of it, it's really just the servers. Everybody's server. You would have to basically get permission from every server on the network to shut it down or go into something. Even if you messed up one of the blocks, it would mess up the whole shit. It's built off the blockchain. So the blockchain is what keeps it secure. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. So in your humble opinion, knowing what, the new policy with Instagram and just knowing that there's huge censorship on these apps, which are, for the most part, liberal controlled platforms, would you say that would be a solution to, what it is that we're seeing with this invasion of our privacy?
Yeah. Now the thing about it is, for one, it's kind of a gap because getting people to understand it and, making it, all the way user friendly to where it's really the same as, how centralized is in a way as far as, getting on your phone, logging in and all this stuff. But, people don't look at it like that. So it's going to be more of a just making sure that we can set the standard on it and, get it going. And then, once people start realizing that it's not some super advanced tech you got to put in, people hear the word tech and it's a stigma to it. You feel what I'm saying? So if we can get stigma off of, how decentralized sound or whatever, I think it'll be dope. But I think how we building like this, and if we can take what we got and go decentralized and, just start building amongst our own, and shit, I feel like, because as far as that, I mean, looking at with Instagram, bro, this shit gonna always be there. But I can't say it will crumble, but I will say it's gonna draw a line and people are gonna have to decide, you gonna have to choose privacy or entertainment, which one?
Right.
Because it's so much entertainment in the decentralized realm as well. It's another world. It's a whole thing that's already going. It ain't like something that we hope and get built. It's something that could be built upon because it's open source. And for people that's in the development space, it's a lot of money out there for y'all.
And if I could just chime in and piggyback off some of the information that you shared.
Please, we veggie back. We veggie back in here, King.
Definitely. My fault. But yeah, let me just double up. You know what I'm saying, what the brother is speaking on about when we speak on decentralization. Which in my opinion, in the future, it's going to go two ways: private or public, centralized or decentralized. When we look at the advancement of decentralized finance specifically, and what it's allowing the layman to do from a financial and economic standpoint, whereas you are now able to handle your own commercial affairs without, like the brother was saying, being tied to the straw man. I know a lot of individuals, speak about the public, private, secure party, nationality. The thing about crypto, and I've, spoken to a couple of more, really don't none of that shit matter over here. Because it's not tied to anything like that. You understand what I mean? Everything is pretty much in the matrix, binary code, zeros and ones, which as of right now in the world that we're living in, that's all money is accounting. You know what I'm saying? It's accounts with numbers, and all you're doing is shifting them numbers around. So when we look at DeFi versus traditional finance, right? One of the things that I've been fortunate enough to do is introduce 100 plus, probably 200 plus people to the fact that you can now become the bank, open up your own decentralized savings account, money market account, issue loans on those accounts, meaning that you are lending out your money to autonomous smart contracts, being a liquidity provider to whereas you are the individual that is putting up the funds for a certain investment venture. And from you putting up the funds, you're going to get paid back fees from that capital being utilized, right? Now, everything's being run on a smart contract, so there's no human interaction that's doing anything. You don't have to worry about someone, are they going to pay me back? It's all getting run off of code. Everything follows law, especially in the Ethereum blockchain, because everything runs off a smart contract. Contract makes the law, right? So when we look at how a lot of these different platforms are running and what they give us the ability to do, we really don't have to go, like Brother Red Pill was saying, to the banks and ask for any type of loans. We can loan ourselves the funding as long as we have the initial capital to back it up. And that's where the forerunners and the individual, when we get the artists and the stars and the basketball players, if we even need them at all, you understand what I mean? But really, we can fund our own communities in this space. There's a platform that I created a community on. Haven't used it yet just because it's ahead of its time, but I'm basically able to do under collateralized loans, right? Meaning that if we have a community set up, and let's say we have, as an example, a single mother that needs gas money to get back and forth for the week, maybe like $100 loan, right? The way I have the community set up is she's able to bring at least, because I got it set up with a 30% collateralization. So as long as she can put up $30, she can get that loan of $100. Everything's being done on the blockchain though, right?
Right.
So it has to be built on trust, because at the end of the day, she really doesn't have to come back and pay anything because of the way that it's ran. But the way that I was going to flip it and switch it is by utilizing the UCC1 filing forms, right? We was going to actually put a collateralized, we were going to put basically a lock on some physical collateral to back up the other $100 just in case she does renege. But when we're just looking at the decentralized aspect of it, I can issue out loans to individuals as long as they're able to pay that under collateralized deposit. Now, with the deposit that we get, we're able to take it, put it into an interest-bearing account, allow it to grow interest while she's doing what she needs to do, getting back and forth from work. Then when she comes back and pays off the $100, plus whatever interest we may put on top of it, right? She gets back her initial $30 investment. We keep the interest from it, but she gets her whole capital back. You understand what I mean?
Dope. And that's beautiful because we're utilizing, gas money as a, as the impetus. But as you were saying that, I was just thinking about a loan for a house, a loan for land. It will eventually grow from that.
Definitely. I mean, if we look at, and let's speak about the over-collateralization, right? And let me say this too. For anybody that studies, when you receive debt in the form of a loan, it's non-taxable, if I'm not mistaken, right? So if we got, 10 brothers each that can put up $10K a piece, that's $100,000. We can issue loans up to about $50,000 or $60,000 worth of capital. And if you want to get into taxes, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't talk tax shit because I'm in the crypto deep down in it, and I don't believe they can tax something that came out of thin air. So says them that they don't know who created it. So the whole tax thing, right. I really don't get into all that, but just talking about a system with us specifically, we can put up $100,000 and issue out a $50,000 to $60,000 loan. That if you want to get into that, it'll be tax free because the loan is coming from debt. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is what's really at our fingertips. When we look at the social platforms, and I don't know if you and Blue noticed, but bro, I made y'all a Steam It page like 2 years ago, which is a decentralized, if you want to call it Facebook. Fact. Whereas you put up content and the content creators get rewarded with what in the Facebook world would be likes. They were known as upvotes in the Steam It world. And those upvotes were able to be exchanged for Steam dollars. Right. You know what I mean? So in the crypto space, we're doing the same things that y'all was doing over there. We got Bit Patreon, which I created a Patreon page, but it's Bit Patreon, right? A decentralized version of Patreon, where you have to pay with Bitcoin. They only take 1% of the fees instead of 10%, and you get paid out every week, every Monday in crypto. So now, let's say you get paid this week, Bitcoin as an example is at 20,000. Next week it's at 22,000. When you get that payment, it's going to be a lot more than it was when you first got it because of the price appreciation of Bitcoin. Because at the end of the day, you're getting paid in a digital asset. You're not getting paid in a dollar amount. And that's one of the biggest blockages that I think our people have to come to realize is that there's a difference between assets and money. They call all this stuff over here cryptocurrency, but I'm here to tell everybody in earshot it's not currency. It's actually a bunch of digital assets and or future Fortune 500 companies that we're investing in right now. So get out of your mind that these is currencies and that you're supposed to spend them on things. Get in your mind that this is the new gold, silver. If you want to look at it, Bitcoin is gold. What Ethereum will be the new Microsoft. What if you want to look at XRP, cross-border payment system, along with XLM. You got Synthetics Network platform, which allows us to create synthetic assets. And the thing that I love about this space, bro, is that everything, well, damn that everything is open source. So if we got some people that's in earshot right now that know how to write Solidity or JavaScript, we can take all the shit they build and build our own stuff. Fact, they do it all the time.
Right.
We just got to get it into it. And I've been trying to learn Solidity myself, but we're trying to juggle everything I got going on that, you know what I'm saying, y'all may see or may not see. It's kind of hard for me to fit that in there as well. But if we got some brothers and sisters out there that already got that know-how, man, we can really get things moving over here.
Awesome. I mean, we're going to make that, you know, if we got to go out and actively find these people, you know, this is what we have to do. We just need to, we only need to charge. You feel me?
Right. It needs to be done then. It's when I say dire, it needs to be done with like ASAP. Okay. You understand what I mean? Just being able to create our own platforms then allows us to have say-so in this new money matrix, as I call it. Because right now, we're still consumers. I mean, shit's cool. Yeah, we in early. We're able to use this. We're still using stuff, though. Things that are being created by any Joe Schmo. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
When I share the platform that shows you that you can invest in real estate now through the use of tokens, we could have built that. It's cool to see, oh, yeah, I want to do that. Fuck that. We can build it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything that you're seeing being built over here, family, we can do. We just got to take the time out, learn how to do it, and then implement it. There's no, like, restrict. You don't have to have a license to build a decentralized app. You get what I mean? They haven't put that restriction in this space yet to where it's, hey, you need this certificate. Ain't no such thing as the shit yet. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no such thing as a... Go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna ask you to explain to them about smart contracts, because that's like a big piece of it that kind of automates everything with it that people don't understand when they ask about, well, how, you know, who's over it. And
okay, I'm gonna break it down real easy, bro. I'm not even gonna get technical with it. A smart contract is an if this then that type of contract. A perfect example is a vending machine. When you go to the vending machine, there's no teller there. There's nobody there to take your money. They got a product. You got the fiat. The product has a identification number, and they want a certain amount of fiat. You give it to fiat. It gives you the product after you type in the identification number. Nobody was there to oversee the transaction, right? So who was there to see if you got over on anybody? Nobody, because it was ran on a smart contract. That's the simplest explanation of what it's a...
Yeah, it's like how an app runs pretty much.
Yeah, it is. And I know it's kind of on the outside looking in. It's like, well, how can it? It's no different than me asking you how does Facebook work. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
In fact, I really, really want to go back on something we were speaking on as far as people not being able to get this because of how techy it is. It really ain't techy, bro.
Yeah, it's not.
Space, in my opinion, is no different than somebody coming home right now from doing 10 years trying to get on Facebook. That shit's going to be so fucking complicated. Excuse my language. It's going to be so complicated to them that then it's going to be technically like, man, how do I upload? How do I send a pic? They're not going to understand it. You understand what I mean? So all it is that it's foreign to the mind. If we sit back and allow our minds to be open to it, like it is something of the norm, just like with this Clubhouse. Man, ain't nobody know how to use this when they first uploaded it.
Right.
But you learned it with the quickness, am I correct?
Right.
Because you wanted to learn it with the quickness. If we approach cryptocurrency, blockchain, and decentralized finance in the same aspect, I mean, I taught my son this when he was 10 years old. By the time my son was 11, he had his own YouTube channel showing people how to grow his account from $500 to $1,000. So it can't be that damn hard. I'm going to be honest with everybody. Yeah. It's not hard, family. It's just that blockage that we got in our head where they push it out there as this is the future technological. Man, don't forget all that, bro. Forget all that. I don't got no type of degrees, certificates, training, or educational background in finances, or education, or tech, or none of that. And I came over here from the streets, and I'm talking about, I ain't conquered it, but where I'm sitting at right now, man, I'm running circles around individual CEOs, heads, bank managers, individuals that are in positions of power can't keep a conversation with me.
Yeah, now you definitely made sure that people understood there's more to it than just a coin, because a lot of people just look at it like they're just investing into a coin, and it's a whole ecosystem. It's a whole another economic system.
World. Another world. Whole new world, man. They're rebuilding the number one, they will be rebuilding the monetary and banking system. On top of that, they're rebuilding the world over here. I mean, I've got land plots in the States right now from Sandbox and Decentralized, which are two virtual reality worlds, which right now the land plots in some of the land are going for $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $6,000. Virtual reality. I've got claim to avatars in the space, right? Where if you create the avatar, if the individual wants that specific avatar, they have to get it from you. Digital real estate. Say it again. Digital real estate. Digital real estate. Domain names. I got domain names that I'm laying claim to right now. So we got the .com bubble popping up. With the avatars, I almost look at it akin to when we get into the whole status correction of who owns you. Right. You get what I mean? So what I went over there and did, God bless the dead, when Brother Chadwick Boseman died. I went and I created his avatar in Decentraland, dressed him up. He looked just like the man. I'm just trying to get a developer to make me some Black Panther costumes to go with it. But I have his avatar, and I can put a price on it or whatever I want with any other individual that's over there. You know what I mean? So when we're looking at ourselves, it's real important for us to start getting over here and laying claim to our business names.
This is my $1 million question.
I just grabbed disasterrelief.crypto, disasterassistance.crypto. I'm be honest with y'all, I got rocknation.crypto. Now, what is .crypto? That's the .com for the future, because the majority of this is going to be ran on the blockchain.
Facts.
You get what I mean? So you got to get your avatars. You got to get your domain names popping. I got a digital art store on the blockchain. Somebody just bought one of my paintings. And these paintings come in the form of tokens, ERC 721 tokens, right? I'm able to buy and resell art. They got, as you said, games for the children that they can play and they can bring back a return. Instead of you spending V-Bucks and Robux on something they're not going to get nothing out of, spend that money for Ethereum or Tron and put it over here in this decentralized banking system. Really get you a return on your money.
That's what I was about to ask you, and I don't want you to lose your train of thought. I want to know, how can we make this more attractive to our children so they could begin to, get into gamification, tokenization, and things of that nature, and get into these spaces and apply that insatiable mind that they have that's basically consuming all of this, time in a digital space to actually build and become owners and creators and developers in that space, rather than be the users and the video game players.
I mean, number one, I would just introduce them to it. If anybody has the chance, you can check out AxieInfinity.com. That's a real slick game that I introduce all the children to, because it's set up exactly like what they're already used to. So if you show them something like it's already working in the way that they're transacting right now with the whole metaverse world, it'll be an easier transition for them versus you trying to get them to come in on a technical side of, hey, this is blockchain. Don't even tell them that. You tell them it's a new game you got.
How do you spell that?
You are going to give them a little more incentive to play it than you will with the other ones.
How do you spell that?
AxieInfinity.com. AxieInfinity.com. And just look at the interface as soon as you go on there. It looks like just like some Brother Red Pill, your daughter possibly will play.
I appreciate that. Thank you, King, for that.
No doubt. No doubt.
Nadi, do you have anything? Because I know Nadi's in the art space as well. Do you want to add anything to that, King?
Yeah, right now I'm just really studying the NFTs. I've been buying a few and holding them, so I'm really in that space right now. It's new to me, but I'm definitely liking it, because one of the biggest problems with me with the art is like moving these big canvases around and all that kind of stuff. So making art more accessible, where I could just do it on my computer and send it to somebody. That's the future. That's what I'm looking for. Like I'm looking into the easiest way, without the most responsibility, to get people these assets, and NFTs is it. So everybody that's on here, please do your research and look into that NFT space. It's booming right now. A lot of people are not talking about it, but there's a lot of money. The other day, Yachty made a Yachty coin and he sold it for $16,000. So for just a file, $16,000 in your account, and you just sending a file to somebody. So it's revolutionary. So
and just to clarify what he's talking about, NFT stand for non-fungible tokens. Those are specifically, well, not specifically, but mainly the ERC 721 protocol on the Ethereum blockchain. That's the coding and proposal number for it. So you got different, ERC 20, ERC 721, but the ERC 721s are specifically the ones that he's speaking on, and that's specifically where I got a lot of my collectibles on that protocol. So the land, the art that I got, the figures that I got, the little play things, they're all NFTs. So it's definitely a space that everyone needs to tap into. For the musicians out there, Lil Yachty just released his coin, not on this specific platform, but utilizing the Ethereum blockchain, and sold out in 15 seconds. You know what I mean? You can release, what would it be called? Albums that have specific content released through these certain tokens. You know what I mean? All this is done without that whole middleman of the music mafia, or whoever you want to say controlling music. Right. That shit really right now with what's going on is really over if we can get our people over there, because we ain't got to get signed. We don't need their distribution. We got the blockchain to distribute our music on now.
And I was told that the record labels are in fear because when the music is distributed through the blockchain, they can't steal from the artists the way that they've been doing with the royalty black box, shipping your albums to the Ukraine and overseas and whatnot. You booming in Russia and you don't even have any idea about it, but they're collecting all of your royalties. The label is taking all of this money by pushing their artists into markets that the artists don't even know that they're in.
Very true. No, they definitely in fear of it, and they're just in fear of it just as much as the government is in fear of them losing the grips on the monetary system. That's why you see them scrambling now to make central bank digital currencies, because they see the exodus out of fiat over to this digital world. Not so much by you and I, mom and pops, the laymen, but from the big institutions, from individuals. I think MicroStrategist Michael Saylor just bought another $650 million worth of Bitcoin. Yeah. So what you really got to pay attention to, man, is these people that have access to hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars. They are leaving the fiat system alone. Number one.
Right.
Number one. When I say leaving, it's an exodus going on right now. And we're none the wiser because, right now, I'm going to be honest with you. Right now, the money ain't never flowed like it's flowed within this last year. So when they overload us with that much instant gratification, it blinds us to what's really going on in the background. It ain't that, people's happy they're making money, but they're making a lot of money right now for a reason. It's because they're offloading the rest of what they got out of the system. Let us eat it all up while they leave the shit alone. So why not give it to the niggas? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Nadi, you was about to say something?
Bully, have you looked into or do you have any game on Plan?
Yeah, that's why I created the Chadwick Boseman avatar at.
Oh, nice, because I've been looking into buying some land over there because basically art galleries and all that are setting up over there and just opening up art galleries, art space. I'm looking to just buy my own gallery in the Central Land and just have my NFTs in there.
Yeah, I got a group right now. We're actually building on that. We're grabbing up little land here and there. We're just gonna build our own art gallery out there. Got our collecting the art. Any and everything we're talking about, family, we can do right now. We can lay claim to some of these lands, and it's like, man, people just not even paying attention to it. You know
we need to pay attention because we need to grab up some of that land before it's,
Let me ask you this, right? Because I'm in the 30 miles space as well. So being that we can tokenize, being that we can buy it through the tokens and tokenize it, I could also take the approach of announcing things and tokenizing those spaces. Is it a way to charge rent in that space as far as crypto?
Yeah, you can lease.
So I can lease out my digital space?
Yeah, it is. Look, when y'all look at this space, don't look at it different than where we live at already.
So
it's gonna be random.
Like the Sims. It's like the real Sims.
Right, there you go. Just like the Sims. Just like the Sims.
So with that said, Bully, do you think mana is a good asset to hold on to?
What? Man, without a question of shadow of a doubt, my brother. That's the currency that's gonna be used in mana. Just imagine the V-Bucks in Roblox. That's the currency you need in there. So That's the currency the parents buying the children, ain't it?
Right.
That's the only way we can buy land in decentralized, ain't it?
Right. I just had to buy my son some people.
Right, so you gotta lay claim to that currency. Yeah, it's only about 7 to 8 cents right now.
I was just
personally, I've been loading up on.
I was just gonna say that we need to load up on that because it's so cheap.
And more so than the land, I load up on the currency because it's the currency that's gonna allow me to get the land. You know what I'm saying?
What's the name of the currency?
Correct. Manna, MANA.
Oh, manna, like manna raining from heaven.
Yeah, yep.
Now, which exchange would that be on?
You can find it on Binance, Bittrex, Polynex. Okay. You can go on a decentralized exchange market like Kyber Network or Uniswap or Balance Chain and get it off of there.
Okay.
Could somebody say something good about XRP, please?
Oh, man. You asking a lot there, bro.
Make me feel good.
To me. Yeah, you ain't gonna get it from me, bro. Now, in fact, let me be subjective, bro. I'm gonna be 100% honest.
Okay.
What they're doing is highly innovative. But when you look at the mechanics and the numbers, the fact that they constantly have a couple of billion coins being released that they dump onto newcomers, my whole thing is just price action. I love what they're doing as a company, but as long as they're over diluted, the price ain't gonna go up. I don't give a shit what happens. I don't care about the news, none of that. If you're in it to make money, right? I mean, if you want to put your money in there and let the price go down and just be a hodler because you deep on the project, that's your prerogative. I'm trying to make people money and make sure that they don't lose, though. You know what I'm saying? And not speaking to anybody specifically, just in general. Because a lot of people like to hype it up and say that it's this and it's that. And it's a 3-year track record where I can show you that you're dead wrong.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Track record that I'm going off of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's say that I want to just hold that for the next and give that to my son when my son is a newborn. Let's just say I want to sit on that and, I have an automatic, I get money deducted every week from, I think it's Stash and whatnot. Or I think it's either Coinbase or Stash.
Coinbase.
I might spend $10 a week on it and I'm just building that up. Is that something that I could necessarily pass on to one of my children 10 years from now? Not even worry about it. Just let it stack.
As long as the SEC doesn't call it unlicensed security, once they do that, it's illegal.
Right. So as soon as they're taking them to court, and we basically just hold and wait, right?
That's the idea. For anybody that is holding that XRP, you just holding and waiting to see what it does. Now, my thing is, I would learn a little bit of TA. That way, you can look at the previous lows. Because if it's cracked some of them previous lows, I mean, you don't want to sit on a failing currency.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we can say it might pop in 10 years, but shit, you really want to never put anything more than you can lose, brother. That's what I'll say to anybody. Never put anything more than you can lose. Do I say don't get any exposure to XRP? Nah, I never tell anybody that. But what I say is this the one you should be gung-ho about? Fuck no. There's too many other currencies in this space.
Right.
I'm doing way more than what they doing. Now, what they doing is large. But when we look at the news, right, what I'm seeing, Brother Pill, is people buying 100 million, 200 million, 500 million, $600 million worth of Bitcoin. I don't see nobody buying 100 million or $500 million worth of Ripple. I don't even see the story. And believe you me, I search. Because like I say, I'm not married to none of these cryptocurrencies. I just don't like people pushing shit on my people when they don't really know what's going on out here. So then we got the whole black community buying Ripple, and that's just going down the drain where the rest of the market is going up. And they're sitting back waiting like, damn, what happened? I thought we were supposed to make money. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you something. And this is dealing with taking advantage of the window that's open right now. I'm an optimist, and Jupiter has me more optimistic than I've been in a long time. What can we do as a collective community? Those of us that have influence over the rappers, those of us that may have, some of these athletes in our inbox, what can we do to rally to raise that $100 million to go ahead and grab these Bitcoins like right now? I'm talking about first and second quarter of 2021. So we could basically create, opportunity.
So you're saying, what can we do to put that push?
Right.
Let's put a gun to their head. Man, I'm trying to...
Because I'm thinking equity crowdfunding.
Hey, go ahead, brother.
I definitely feel like, as far as the NFT space, I feel like we should get into that heavy and tokenize some things that we could leverage to build, because I'm not really sure all the way how the ICO thing work, with the initial collection for the coin and all that, but I feel like we could do something similar just with the networks that we have ourselves, with, tokenizing an experience, or, tokenizing a short film, something that could go towards that goal. You know what I'm saying? I feel like step in, we'll have something that'll be in the form of equity that ain't going nowhere, that we can say we did that myself.
I think another move we could do, just being more serious about it, is reaching out to the brothers that's already in the space. I've been sharing for over a year the battle that Brother Spencer Dinwiddie was going through from the Brooklyn Nets, where he was trying to tokenize his NBA contract, and the NBA was fighting him on it, saying, hell no, we're not going to let you do that. Now, in my opinion, the reason they weren't going to let him do it is because they wanted to come around and tokenize everybody's contract and get that sort of that crowdfunding. But he ended up getting it passed through the courts. So his brothers like that we got to tap into, man. It's already in the dough. We may have an elbow here and there to rub elbows with them, man. We need to sit down with them type of people, because they'll be the ones that bring that capital over here, because it won't be a hard sell. Right now, us trying to bring Bitcoin to an NBA, anybody that don't know about it, it's gonna sound like what it sounds to everybody else. A scam, some shit I don't know about. Yeah, it sounds good, but I'm cool.
Is Kyrie in that space? Is Kyrie Irving in that space?
Say it again.
Is Kyrie Irving in the crypto space? Do you know?
I'd have to look. I really have to do my research on that one. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Okay.
I really have to look. I do know that the spotlight is on crypto right now with the move that Square and Megan Thee Stallion did. That really put a spotlight on it for people that probably had no idea what was going on. So, we're giving away Bitcoin. This is something that I need to look at. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that stuff like that helps push the narrative that there's something going on over here, and we need to get in it. We just gotta get that crowd.
But the education is the part, like the educate, because I know a lot of brothers in the street that have been using Bitcoin for years and they still don't know what it is. And I've been telling dudes for the longest time, y'all using Bitcoin to get to the fiat. Y'all need to be holding the Bitcoin. So there's a bunch of dudes out here that had the chance to be millionaires already, but they was fucking off the coins on all type of other stuff, not understanding what it is. So it's beyond just giving them the knowledge of this is Bitcoin. They have to understand the technology, and they have to understand behind the scenes what this really is, so that they can have the value to hold it, because a lot of them really just don't know what it is.
Nadi, remember when they put Bitcoin machines in the goddamn hood, right?
Yep.
They put it in the Bronx. I was showing that they was on 138th. They had Bitcoin machines in a bodega. They got it in Harlem. The young boys,
here. They had them here. They had them in Flatbush for the longest, because Flatbush is concentrated with people on that. So they had them here for the longest, and people didn't know what it was.
Right. So you got niggas coming home like Rowdy Rebel, right? They was sitting for 6 years, 7 years. Some of these people still got Bitcoin wallets filled up with coins, based off of the illicit activities that they were doing, utilizing the Bitcoin, because of course, that was the credit card underworld. Those were those punchers and with the swipies, and they were using the Bitcoins. So it is people in the hood sitting on them coins.
Bro, I was in South Africa selling Bitcoin at a 20%, just sitting in South Africa, making money for Bitcoin, taking everybody out for drinks. Like,
nice move, 20% premium.
Facts.
Damn good. And these Bitcoin machines have been in the Chicago hood since at least I can think back to 2008.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At least 2008. So, and the most interesting thing about that, right, is that for this to be the especially at that time, right, 2008, for this to be this new fangled, technological, hard to explain shit, and they put it in what they call some of the poorest neighborhoods in America, is bullshit, bro. It's bullshit. They know the ability we have to tap into certain things, and they capitalize off of that. Because you got to think about who owns these machines and what type of study and what type of think tanks went into work to say, hey, we're going to put this on 79th and Cottage Grove. We're going to put this on, you know what I'm saying, out west at this gas station. They had to sit back and really think before they put these machines in these places. So they knew where the capital was going to come from. My thing is, I wonder how they knew that, though. How did they know that? Us, i.e. the Negroes was going to that we were going to get this shit to the point where we ain't got it, but I guarantee you this, we had it way before a lot of them did, even with the illicit shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. See, what they did was they put it in the hoods, but then they also put out a documentary about black market drug smuggling. So now they know people are watching documentaries, and it's just like black exploitation. If they teaching you online how to go into the big, turn your money Bitcoin, go put it on the black market and do what you need to do. Now they basically teaching you how to do it. I remember in 2012, I don't even remember how much Bitcoin was, but it was probably under $100, and everybody was going and doing the plays on the machine and taking it to the black market.
Right.
Yeah. And they also try to make us all believe it was untraceable. So like they
Yep.
That was the biggest finesse of it all.
And then you saw that.
In principle, kinda, but not really though. They can trace every single Bitcoin that's been done. If the key is can they tie it to the individual, to the entity? That's the key.
Right.
That's where you get into changing your IP addresses, never putting it to anything that's centralized as far as using your credit, debit. Don't offload it to your bank account. Once you do that, you just connected everything you did on the blockchain to your bank account.
I read an article where they were able to confiscate. I don't know the exact term. I don't know the exact monetary value, but it was in the multi-millions, and it was basically a whole bunch of coins that was sitting after they locked up the dude from the Silk Road, the owner of the Silk Road. And I believe it was about $500 million in Bitcoin. And then somebody attempted to move it. This was a few months ago.
Yeah, just a few months ago, right.
Right.
And they popped his ass, too.
Popped him. You know what I mean? Interesting.
If you really research that, bro, it's a lot of government entities that was stealing buddy Bitcoins during that whole investigation.
Oh, for sure.
A lot of FBI agents that was getting caught, though, thinking that it's untraceable, and that shit was backfiring on them. Like, nah, dude, we know you took this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I remember coming across that information. Shout out to the God 19 Keys in the building.
Peace, God.
Indeed.
Peace, Keys.
No doubt. So I want to ask the brothers in the room, because we've been having this conversation about what it will take to create our own social media networks, utilizing the technology that's at our fingertips, that is available, that has been democratized. Does anybody know of any social media platforms that already exist? Because I don't want to put the cart before the horse and overlook somebody that has already put in the work. I know that a sister by the name of Aquarius Maximus, she's been doing real big things in that space. She has a guap coin, which is a cryptocurrency, and I've been told that she also has a social media app and whatnot. Does anybody in the room know of anyone else so we could put that out there and do our research?
Isaac 3. I think he started. He raised 2.5 million for a social network.
What's his name, Nadi?
Isaac Hayes, his son. Isaac Hayes 3.
Okay. You know the name of his actual platform?
I'll look it up for you right now.
Okay. Dope.
Yeah, I was on a call with him earlier. He definitely got a platform. Then you remember we got Rashad Colossal. They had basically cloned Instagram and created a new Instagram where people could follow each other. It was basically a layout exactly the same, and they were charging $1 so that they could raise capital for it.
Right.
I think that they just didn't get to the point where they had enough dollar downloads to have enough capital to be able to send private messages and to be able to do all of the background integration.
So Pop, with an app like Colossals and whatnot, and the way that we've seen seed investments and round lean investors, angel investors, and things of that nature, would you go out on a limb to say that if we were to raise a certain amount of funds as an investment group, we could get behind an app like Colossal and take it from the Instagram clone model and upgrade it to something else, and then we can all, have some equity in that company?
Yeah, I mean, it's always about where the attention goes, the money flows. If we optimize human capital and literally take people and turn them into our assets, then we can raise whatever we want. We just have to have like smart contracts and understanding so everybody knows what they're getting, what they're walking into, and what's the possibilities. But we could do this off of the smallest amounts of money. They was doing it with $1. They could have got a couple million downloads and deal with everything they needed to do. It's just that we have to be the ones to publicize it and make it popular.
Right.
Yeah, I seen. I don't know if y'all familiar with the Session app, but the Session app is a decentralized messaging app. They don't ask you for a number, email, anything. And you get access to your seed phrase. The seed phrase is a 12-word phrase. It's everything. Now, I seen that Session. I seen that WhatsApp, if I'm not mistaken, used the source code from Session as a part of algorithm from Session as a part of what they was doing with the app. You know what I'm saying? So everything being open source, even if we just took certain parts, different apps that we really need to put together what we need to do. That option is on the table as well. You know what I'm saying? We can take the best of what we need to build what we
need. Indeed. That's beautiful. What are your thoughts about a hackathon? Is that effective? And has anybody ever attended a hackathon and seen how it went down?
I've never attended one physically, but I've attended a lot of online hackathons for the Ethereum blockchain. And that's where they get a lot of their forerunners at, a lot of the people that's coming out with the next platform, the next this. That's where you find those jewels, those diamonds in the rough at.
Dope.
That's where you really find that. Making an award for the best hack. You know what I'm saying? And have people come with their best. And then, we get an award to the best hack, but we snatch everybody up and put them on the team, though.
Right. So basically implementing an incentive program, a reward system where people are incentivized to bring their top game, sort of like how Shark Tank is set up. There's an incentive in Shark Tank. There's a reward system.
In fact, I'll put some bread behind something like that if you want to do something. Whereas whoever can learn JavaScript or Solidity and create a smart contract or a decentralized application that will have certain qualities to it, man, I'll definitely put some bread up for that.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, man.
That's all I need.
All right, so look, let's go. Since the title is Tech Literacy, Slice. Let's go into usually when things come out, they've been out for a while. So we're talking about augmented reality and what we believe is possible. What is the direction of technology that you think will be available in the next 2 years, and how will it affect society?
You said in the next few years?
Yeah.
I feel like the next few years is going into hyper reality. You know what I'm saying? I have to get a link to y'all for the exact video I'm talking about. But if y'all look up,
all right. So when you say hyper reality, I just want to try to give a description. You're talking about imagine Dragon Ball Z glasses, but when you touch things, it might give you a description.
Right.
And so it's like it's walking information where you don't have to look things up. You can look at it and think it, and it almost come to light. Or you could see, you could touch an apple and see how ripe it is.
But it's all going on simultaneously. Like everybody's having their own experience, but at the same time, it's all going on. It's like 50 worlds entangled in each other at the same time. But it's some way it's manageable. Like it's somehow it flows divinely. It's crazy. That's why.
Man, it's a movie about that, and I can't think of what the movie called.
Real Player One?
Nah, not Real Player One. It's another one where they put on the glasses, and like when they look at somebody and tell you they age, what's wrong with them, what part of their body do different things. It's like it's another movie. I can't think of. Is that
Black Mirror episode? Is that a Black Mirror episode by any chance?
Might be.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with
it. Yeah. So,
are y'all familiar with Bandersnatch?
Yes, that was on Netflix, right?
Yeah, like I'm not sure what type of way they coded that or the exact. I wanted to reverse engineer to actually see how they put that together, but to be able to do something like that, I feel like we could do something like that in a decentralized space, but with more, an educational edge to it, something that people could really learn from. And you can also see how the decisions affect each other, because in the movie Bandersnatch, it basically gave you the option to choose what's going to happen next while you're watching it. But at the same time, you can go back and say, okay, I want to change that decision and see how things will go if I, do this, and that's algorithm based.
Right. So it could be.
It flowed though. That's what makes the movie what it is. The fact that it flows so perfect is amazing. So they had to shoot at least probably hundreds of different scenarios to get it to flow how it did.
Right. It's sort of like a video game, like a
That's
RPG.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's sort of like a real life RPG.
Sure, just a different type of a different type of user experience.
Now that's what's up.
It kind of puts you in two places at once. It puts you in third person and first person at the same time. That's what makes it unique.
Right.
What y'all know about like smart contracts attached to crowdfunding, but in a sense, being able to potentially turn the smart contract into a payment processing ability for product. Say it again, bro. Say it again. I'm trying to catch what you're saying. So like, for instance, let me give you an example. So let's say I got a product. Let's say it's water. Let's say it's alkaline water, and I want to attach. Like, okay, first, of course, if you want to create an ICO for it, you create an ICO behind the product. You can go out. You can utilize your network to do the crowdfunding, like buying the tokens. Based off of how many you get, and then behind the token, once the token's created on whatever blockchain, whether it's Ethereum or Bitcoin, whichever one, going behind that and creating a smart contract that becomes basically a payment processor for, let's say, distributors for your company that want to buy this product. So they'll purchase the token and then they'll go through the smart contract to buy the product. And in a sense, if we created it in a crowdfunding way, it would allow people to not necessarily, I wouldn't say get equity in it, but kind of like everybody could potentially, like, if they it's kind of like a stock. Like, if you buy into a stock early, you're able to capitalize off of it based off of how much you put in and based off the value of it, if that makes sense.
So you're speaking on like an IPO, initial public offering.
Yeah, initial public. Yeah, in a sense.
Or
Yeah.
In this sense, an initial coin offering.
Yeah, an ICO.
Something
It'll
else
be an ICO.
ICO.
Yeah,
we would call it an initial. You can even call it an initial crowd offering, because at the end of the day, it's really all about wordplay. You understand what I mean?
Right.
Just name it something different, but I definitely see which way you're trying to go with it. So you would look at the initial investors of that token that you got the capital for. That would be the upfront money to get the company up and running. And then from those token holders, when the company gets up and running, those individuals that have those show proof of not ownership, but we'll say shareholder within the company, so that when it does get back a return, those token holders will get a certain percentage back.
Yep, like so they're gonna be able to participate in you have the token holders. They're
governance tokens. That's what you're speaking on.
They're buying the tokens. Yeah, they're big investors, so they put in the money. They have the tokens. And then you have the people in the field who they're selling the product. But the way they're selling it and distributing it is the people that are buying the product are buying the token to purchase the product. And then on the back end, we're just basically, we send the product out, we fulfill the orders. And then if we're doing it that way, then we're completely decentralized at that point. You know what I mean? Like, we definitely don't need anybody.
Yeah, like in layman's terms, like we Fortnite and that's our V-Bucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Hey, so I kind of want to tell y'all a story about the importance of decentralization, right? So when you use the word crowdfund, especially equity crowdfund, they have a Federal Communications Commission that literally has to approve anything when you use the word crowdfund that has more than 100 people on it.
Right.
Because you can't equity crowdfund with more than 100 people unless it's FCC certified. So, but with Bitcoin, we could take. So the way that you beat that in business is that you turn it into memberships where people don't have equity, but they have access to capital. And in Bitcoin, you can literally create an unlimited amount. We could take 5,000 people with $20, raise 100 million, and give everybody a little bitty piece. And that way we can create our own stock rather than having to be certified. And that's what, like, where paperwork holds up a lot of people with the public initial public offerings.
What if we so what if we created the business out of the country? Then we would be under different regulations. You know what I'm saying? But bro, talks about not being under any regulations with it though. If we decentralize, we
no regulations.
Yeah, we outside the jurisdiction.
We in the matrix.
Like we go outside, we can place a business in Dubai. You know what I'm saying? Like we can say our business is in Dubai. You know, and then we're under Dubai tax laws. You know, or Africa, we're under Africa tax laws. So like they can't even touch us. You know what I mean?
Right. I see what you're saying. That's if we fall within them realm. I see both sides. On the one side, bro, trying to say, man, we outside of all that. We ain't got to worry about taxes, none of that. Keep it decentralized. And on the flip side, you're like, well, if we are going to fall up under that, then we should move to a country which then allows us to operate in that capacity, correct?
Yeah, I'm just saying it because I've been reached out to by the FCC, particularly concerning equity crowd funds over 100 people.
Yeah, they're gonna trip. So you gotta finesse. You know, you just gotta finesse the word. You know, the word.
Yeah, you just gotta. It's all in the language. Yeah. Like he say, every level of education comes with a different language. You can't say certain words in certain places. Just like, you know, when you go to court, right, you can't admit that you're guilty.
Right. That's why I just said it's all about the wordplay. Now we can do it down. A DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. If any of you brothers are familiar with what that is.
Can you break that down, please?
It's basically an organization that runs off of code. So we're going to program into how we want certain functions of the org ran, right? And then we're going to step back and let the code run everything. We're not running it. It's running based off the code that we implemented.
Now, that wouldn't be considered open source at that point, right? That's just, it's smart contracts in between everything, holding it up, right?
Yeah, because we're not sharing our code.
Okay. So basically the smart contracts will just be important. It's like whatever foundation we set is just going to be running from that point off of what we set, right?
Exactly how we
set. It'd be imperative that we know exactly what we want out of it, what the function is going to be, and we got to be real intentional about user interaction and user experience from the beginning, since it's going, we're expecting it to grow. You know what I'm saying? Because things do change.
No, definitely. That's one of the biggest things about this space. You got to stay up on the tech because something will change, a protocol will flip over, and you got to be up with the times.
Now, saying that make me think about this, Slice, right? I think it's a duality to everyone learning how to code, right? I took C++, JavaScript. I know how to code to a certain extent, so I can build out databases. But when it gets to the point of having to integrate software that already exists, like if I want to integrate Zoom, if I want to integrate Shopify, how Shopify just integrates with Facebook and Instagram, you can't do that on a lot of your own platforms without the access to capital to be able to do it unless you really, really, really know how to code. So should more people just reach out to techies or try to learn how to code?
Facts. I feel like they should, at least begin first engineering process. Like, it is a gem for everybody that's in the room. If y'all familiar with Webflow, or if you're not familiar with Webflow, go check it out. But it gives you the ability to pretty much build everything out, drag and drop, all the way down to how you want it. Then you can take that and export the code to that, and then you can take that code and do whatever you want to from that point on. So that'd be a nice way to start, And, for me, I learned how to code basically on MySpace back in the day, moving all this stuff around. And I learned that, okay, if I change that, this equals red to white, and then the box come out white. So this shit ain't, I'm just telling this shit what to do. Oh, man. So that's what gave me understanding how to code. I think when people take the stigma of the word takeaway and the word code and all these, it's a stigma come with it. You know what I'm saying? Once the stigma,
MySpace really taught us how to code for real.
Yeah, that's why they took it away. Now they just lied and like it, and that's it. Comment, that's it. Like they don't want us to use our brain no more. Once we figured out how to do that, because that was already taking us into the decentralized world, whether they knew it or not. So they was like, that, I ain't saying that's the reason why they took. Everything really was just made to be easier now, but at the same time, it's like shit. Look what it brought, you know what I'm saying? It birthed a whole new generation of people, you know what I'm saying? At least that at that time that got to at least get into that. You know what I'm saying? That exposed it for me. Who's to say I even would be, this deep into it right now if I didn't learn how to, mess with code on MySpace. Because from there, I got into PHP a little bit, and I understand how JavaScript works. I understand Web3 and all that stuff. Just having a little bit of understanding of the function and what you can get out of these different scripts is good to at least be able to go get you a developer to put something together. And I feel like that's what's important. Like, even if people can't learn how to code, or even if it's too much for them, they could really take that time, let me see what this does. Okay, with Flash, we can make video games with it. We can do this, we can do that. Okay, with HTML, I could write an HTML code from my phone and test it from my phone. I could build out a simple landing page just off HTML, or I could build a little simple video game. A lot of people don't know you can build augmented reality with 10 lines of code. 10 lines of HTML code, you can build augmented reality, simple augmented reality, like the lowest level, like poly level, but at the same time, it can be done in 10 lines of code straight from your phone, testing it on Android, and you can do it on the iPhone.
Oh, that's cold-blooded. What I was going to say is, all right, since we talking tech literacy, can everybody, whether it's text campaigns or email list, or can we give like a way that we've used technology to help us grow in business?
Definitely. Definitely like with automation, I say like what you just said, as far as with text, I really started getting into CRM and understanding like, okay, so that's the same thing they doing when we call into Verizon or AT&T, and they like, we're going to put it on the ticket and pass it along. Pretty much if everybody look up open source, open source is open for everybody. So you can take it and build on top of it, or you can take what's already right there and take pieces of it and build new pieces of open source platforms and open source code and open source assets from that. So, that's pretty much what I got from it. It opened up a lot of doors for me.
Me personally, learning what I've learned in the cryptocurrency space. I mean, a number of different things, but just speaking on the decentralized finance aspect of it, it's allowed me access to capital that I, in other ways, wouldn't have access to, right? I've set up a system for my children, and I share this with everybody else too, especially those that take my classes, that instead of me giving them a flat-out allowance, right, and this is teaching them the business aspect of it, I open them up a decentralized savings account, and their allowance goes into their savings account. Now, when they need access to capital, they borrow money from their original deposits of their allowance, and then they do chores around the house in order to pay back that capital. You get what I mean? So they're never actually spending their allowance over the last couple of months, going on into the next couple of years. You know what I mean? So just teaching them that aspect and having that available to them to whereas they can interact with it themselves, you know what I mean, really sets them apart from the rest of their peers at an early age when it comes to financial responsibility and just how economics work. You know what I mean? The value of actual capital, not even just dollar amounts, because they're holding assets. So they're seeing their accounts go up versus me giving them actual paper money that they would put in a bank account or just put into a drawer or a shoebox or something like that. I've been able to fund a number of my own specific business ventures, utilizing capital that I got from my original deposits, to which those original deposits are now up to 300% over the last couple of months. I just went and bought my son about 20 ounces of synthetic silver based off a loan that I made off a deposit I made last couple of nights ago, right? So those synthetic ounces of silver now allows him to have price exposure to silver, and it's immediately liquidable or immediately able to be transacted and sold off if we need access to capital. To whereas when you buy physical silver, yeah, you got the physical thing, but now it's a lot harder for you to pop off. And if you are going to pop it off to a pawn shop or a silver shop, they're not going to buy it at the spot price, let alone the premium that you may have paid for it on a platform like AppNext or JM Bullion. So when I buy it on the synthetic side, I'm actually getting it at spot price. So them 20 ounces I got them at like 25 and some change versus the 30, 35, and 40 you're going to pay on the actual websites. Man, it's a couple of different things, but just speaking on that alone, has helped me grow tremendously my own net worth and my wealth as well as my generational wealth that I'm gonna pass down to them.
What about token sets? I seen they got like the ETFs and the indexes for crypto inside there.
Yeah, I love token sets. I'm holding exposure to the BTC RSI token set, the ETH 20-day moving average, a couple of the yield farm token sets. And what he's speaking on, family, for anybody that's ever been in any type of trading and has come across the quote-unquote trading bots, these are sort of like the trading bots. They trade automatically for you. You're supposed to just put your money in and let it do what it do based off the algorithm. Token Sets is a platform that allows you to put your money on auto based off the smart contracts. And the smart contracts operate in a specific trading strategy based off the set that you purchase. So they got portfolio sets, which are the DPI, the DeFi Post Index, which allows you exposure to about, I think, 9 different cryptocurrencies wrapped in one basket, financial instrument, almost like the SPY. They got the ETH yield farm and the ETH BTC yield farm sets, which, not to get too complicated, it basically, you make a deposit, you get paid dividends on those deposits. Those dividends get sold and reinvested on the original capital or the original assets that you put in as a deposit. So it's almost like a hamster wheel that's going around and around, feeding in capital. They got the ETH 20-day moving average crossover yield set, which, if we were looking at it in a traditional sense, it's like having a bank account, right? And this bank account is hooked up to another account that we'll say will let you invest in silver or gold. So it's like you being able to call, we'll say, Bank of America. And the way that this works, when gold or silver is trading over the 20-day moving average, the bank is going to automatically take your savings out of the interest-bearing account, switch it over to gold and silver, and let it eat off the price appreciation while the price is going up. Mm-hmm. Now, when the market turns bearish and it goes back below that 20-day moving average, which is a technical analysis indicator, it's going to knock out that profit that you made out of gold or silver, put it back into your savings account, and you're going to gain interest on that money while the market is bearish. And when it flips back over, it enters your position again. And it's all done automatically based off smart contracts. Slickest shit I ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot, bro. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people don't really like the Tron blockchain like that.
Man, highly underrated. Highly underrated, bro.
But even bro, that thing processing 2,000. It's processing 2,000 transactions per second, bro.
Yeah.
And
fast,
exactly what you.
How many?
It's processing 2,000 transactions per second. So literally, we're talking about. I have an app, bro, on the Tron blockchain that it's literally like the Cash App of crypto. Like literally, and the functionality of it is called Clever Wallet.
I seen Clever Wallet too.
Yeah. And on the Tron blockchain, like Tron is processing 2,000 transactions per second. So and they the way they smart contracts is set up, well, basically, or the way they blockchain is set up is basically this. You can do the same things that you can do on the Ethereum blockchain. You can do on the Tron blockchain, except I don't know where
Compound got their own. Compound is I don't know if they're breaking away from Ethereum or building their own blockchain, but I seen the Compound about to have their own as well.
No, they breaking away.
They breaking away.
The compound chain.
What about the
compound chain? They're breaking away, which I really don't agree with myself, because it's gonna, in my opinion, it's gonna be hard for them to stay decentralized the way that they're doing it now.
What about the Tron Wallet?
Say it again.
What about the Tron Wallet?
That's so clever. That is Clever Wallet. That's the new Clever. The same developers, they marketing Clever Wallet now because they just upgraded the functionalities of it. So those are the same people. They got a partnership that they just launched with I think it's Simplex. I think that's who they partner with, and they supposedly they have a card that they're getting ready to release to attach to it too, to the actual app. But you can buy Bitcoin, you can buy Ethereum directly through Clever Wallet. Like you used to couldn't. Nice. Do that.
Okay.
Nice. Hey, do you deal with the CDPs over there on the Tron blockchain? And that's with no KYC. Like that's with no KYC. Like you just gotta have the card. You can do that.
A lot of people don't know what KYC is. Just throw it out there. It's, basically know your customer. That's
when they can ID you, get your number, email, or whatever, any type of point of contact where they know exactly who they're dealing with.
Yeah, know your customer, know your client. Now, hey, bro, who's working on the Tron blockchain? Who was that? That's
this J Crypto.
J Crypto. Yeah. You deal with the CDPs over there at all?
So I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like I'm not like heavy in tech. Like I'm really just a marketer, and like I really just can I can understand like how coding works, but like I'm not like a coder. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really a coder. Like I just understand I can understand how the blockchain works. I can understand like how you could set up a certain ecosystem on like for instance, like I'll give you an example. Like I'm in a smart contract right now. It's called Tron Chain, and I'm in it. And I'm gaining like 1% a day on my deposit.
Check out Bankroll too, bro. Check out Bankroll.
Okay,
I'm gonna check with a CDP.
I think I heard of that.
It's a collateralized debt position.
Okay.
And if you're already heavy on Tron, what it's going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to collateralize Tron as a security almost. And you'll be able to issue debt against it in the form of JUSD, just United States dollars. Take them just United States dollars and double back. Buy the Tron, put it back in there, double your money up, take another loan out. Take the next loan, bring it over to Bankroll, let you get the APY over there and feed that back to pay off the loan.
Yeah. It's called Bank. You said Bankroll.
Yeah, check out Bankroll. Should be a purple website.
Okay, bet. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. But like, the one that I'm currently in is 1% a day for 310 days, which is it's basically a 310% return. And basically, the way the smart contract is just it's a support fund, but they have an ecosystem around the support fund. So they added gaming. They added this game to it where it's one of the top games, like where there's millions of players playing the game. So like you don't have to play the game. You're just literally like you're just in the smart contract as a contributor to it. That's basically all you're doing. And basically they have a swap exchange, and then they also have they're doing something with their farming. And they have this entire ecosystem around this one support fund, which is now up to about $28 million, I think, that's in the fund right now. And literally everybody that's in, you literally once you deposit in, you start your money. You see your money being made in real time. So
what's it called? Check it out real quick.
It's called Tron Chain. TRX Chain, like Tron Chain.
I got you. I'm about to look it up.
I've been in this particular contract now for about almost 7 months. About 7 months now. Yeah.
Okay, I see. Join 100.
Because they was on the Ethereum blockchain, but before Ethereum 2.0, and before they launched that, it was just the regular Ethereum blockchain. They moved over to Tron because the gas fees went up crazy. You know what I mean? So it was you really wasn't profiting the way you wanted to profit because the gas fees was just they were just so high.
Believe you me, I've spent $1,500 in gas fees in September.
Hey, people acting like them gas. That's what I'm saying. Everything is literally going digital. We paying for gas. You got to choose if you're gonna get the gas in the real world or you're gonna get the gas in the digital. What you gonna do?
Whole nother flavor, man. Whole nother flavor.
What you gonna do? Cause I actually went to the Bitcoin machine just to see, try that process. And what I did, I threw $100 in there just to see what it was gonna charge me, and it came back about $90. So
90, nice.
Yeah, they charged me about $10, some change.
About a 10% premium.
So I wonder, when the numbers get bigger, how does that work? If I was to deposit, maybe 3,000 or 4,000 in there,
they gonna hit you probably with most likely a 10% premium. Most of the ATM machines got a set markup, right? So if you pay attention to the price when you go to the ATM machines, right? Like right now, Bitcoin is what, 23 and some change. The machine's gonna tell you it's about $26,000, $27,000. So that's what they're charging you on the markup. Always pay attention to the prices. And when you sell to the machine, they always buy it back from you at a marked down price. So if you was going to cash out with Bitcoin at the ATM, you're going to have to sell it to them at like 21, 22,000, 20,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They extras.
Now, do they do that through a smart contract too, or is that just how the machine is set up?
It may be a smart contract, but in my opinion, because I got a little mini ATM machine. Basically, it's just like any other ATM. You fund it yourself. You put your own Bitcoins in there, and then you put whatever type of interest rate you want on it. And then people come, you know. But it is a smart contract, just like a vending machine is a smart contract. So it definitely is, though.
That's heavy. So, okay, with Compound breaking away from the Ethereum blockchain, you think that's going to affect the platform as a whole as far as the lending and the collateralizing the assets and everything?
I think it's going to grow. Where I think it's going to affect them is as far as their autonomous. Right now, you know, it's ran by the governance system. So individuals that have deposits on Compound, we automatically get distributed Comp token. Comp token is the governance token of the Compound platform. So when there's a vote for something coming up, the individual token holders of the individual vote for it, right? With them switching off of that, and I don't know if it's specifically that system, but with them switching over, it may not run in the same form of fashion they once did. I'm waiting to see how they're going to go. I knew they was going to do something like that, though. They getting too big. You know, I've been on Compound for over a year and a half now when they first came out.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of them things where it's like, you know, get it while the getting's good.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, they pay you to borrow money.
Yeah,
you know
right now,
it's to borrow. It's a thing. I'm gonna tell you like this: anybody that's in earshot, y'all ain't gonna get a chance like this ever again. On crypto,
this is
never gonna
decentralized and home banking. Hey,
you said it's called Bank Bro, like Bank Bro, RO.
Hold on, I got you. I'm about to look it up right now. Hold on.
All right, bet.
No, ROLL. So bankroll.network.
Bankroll.
Yeah, bankroll.network. When I first got on there, bro, the APR rates was 8,000%, 5,000%. Crazy. It done slowed down now, so I'm waiting for the banker contract to open back up.
Oh, it's got players. Okay, I see it.
All right, just to add to what we've been talking about, even outside of the Bitcoin space with money, period, it's the easiest time in the world to leverage technology to create like sustainability and financial freedom, and everybody need to do so. So while we on here, I just wanted to give a couple things that people could use to be able to automatically generate ads and make money. So let's say you have nothing. You don't sell no products. You don't have no ebooks. You don't have nothing. You can go to plr.me, get ebooks. They have courses on there and everything that you can buy and literally start selling yourself. And they'll create it for you. Then you can use AdSpy on AdSpy to start shooting it out on Facebook to different groups and make sure that everybody is inside of your pixel so that it'll follow them around until you literally have people buying from you.
That's cold.
You know what I'm saying? That pixel shit so cold. That's what I want to kind of create ourselves. Or we can see pixel is when, like, if somebody tap on my Instagram or tap on my Facebook and I got the pixel on it, it'll follow them around to different websites. They'll go to Google. If I got Google ads on there, they'll see my shit. If they go to YouTube, if I got YouTube videos where I'm advertising my brand, they'll see it on there. If they scrolling down on Instagram, they'll see all my sponsored ads. So whatever you sponsor, it comes to like the front of mind until they purchase from you. Then they don't see it as much.
Now, one thing about that I will say, we bringing that over to the decentralized space will definitely be big because, you know, the fact that they can do that, you know, if it's a way for it to flawlessly flow through the blockchain and, you know, maintain the privacy, which I feel like it can happen, you know, we definitely need to do that because, like, I don't know who all was in here earlier when we were speaking about the new terms and terms and conditions on Instagram, but, you know, like I said, it's something that they've been doing, but they have to tell us that they're doing it now. And it's going to draw the line where we're going to have to choose what we want to use. And if we're going to use it, we got to use it smart and, you know, don't give away so much on there.
Right.
They basically telling you like, yo, You don't have no privacy. We're gonna get your facial gestures and reactions to certain posts and things, and we're gonna, add that to what we're building on you, and we're gonna know how to advertise something to you just because your eyebrows went up. Like, man, these folks is out of line. It's time. Go ahead and take this shit over to our own shit. Like, straight up.
That's a fact. So we are going to around 10:30. We're gonna wrap this room up. I really, really, really appreciate all of the value that was added tonight. I mean, this is gonna have to continue. This is an inaugural episode. We're gonna continue these episodes. We're gonna continue these talks. We're gonna continue to have these brainstorming sessions. I got a whole pad filled up with notes that I took that I'm about to go dive in and get lost in these spaces. While we wind down, I just want to go around on the room. I want to ask anybody that's in the audience if they have some questions and whatnot, so we could satisfy, the family that's been sitting around taking notes and in the building with us. Do you brothers mind answering any questions that we have from the brothers and sisters in the audience?
Not at all.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Hey, make me a moderator so we can add them in and take them out.
All right, let me make you a moderator.
I think I just did it.
Okay, Slice, you did it first. All
yeah.
right.
So now I'm gonna enable where they can raise their hands.
Okay, let's do it. So for the family that's out there in the audience, if you have a question, I want y'all to keep it down to 30 seconds to 1 minute. And we will we will answer those questions. You know what I'm talking about? In a timely manner.
All right, Brandon.
Hey, Bitcoin Bully. I was wondering, right. I know you got your courses and your classes and everything that you do, and you was giving out a lot of game and different resources. I was wondering if you got a list of everything that either a person can buy or a course that they can get into.
Yeah, definitely I do. For those that choose to follow me, you can follow me on IG at Chicago_crypto_block_bully. And if you click the link in my bio, it gives you a short overview of what I offer. And at the bottom, it says inquire. Click that. It's going to allow you to send me an email. Just send me an email with your interest, and I'm going to reply with a list of different services that I teach. From implementation, what is Bitcoin? What is a wallet? What's the difference between decentralized and centralized? What are the best wallets? What are the best exchanges? What is DeFi? How to open up a savings account? The whole 9 yards. Everything that I know, I teach. I got a pretty good package put together. Thank you for that, Brother Keys.
No problem. Y'all sitting up here giving a masterclass, man.
I definitely do want to double back on that, what I said about that CDP. If anybody caught what I was really saying, and that was a jewel. That was a jewel.
Hey, really quick, my name is Brandon. I had a quick question. I'm driving, so forgive any background noise. I'm a data scientist, and I actually created a comic for data science, so I'm actually on data literacy real heavy right now. So really the first comic for data science, but my question is, I came on a little late, and the last comment, there was a thing called please.me. I think that's what it was named. I would actually like to leverage that to push out some of my data science courses. So whoever mentioned it, and forgive me, I'm driving, could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, it's private labeling. It's called PLR.me. It's basically private labels anything. So it's content that they create for you, not that you really create for yourself, but you can take it and edit it up. So if you want to use that, I'm pretty sure they already have something for data science. But just go to the website, look at it on the front screen, on the layout. You'll see everything that they do.
Gratitude.
Appreciate you, family. All right, Sam John.
How's it going, guys? So this is a question, I guess, for Bitcoin Bully or Jay. Just about the DeFi. I noticed you guys were talking a lot about, collateralized loans, things like that. And I'm going to check out your course too, but what's the best way to get into DeFi? And do you have any opinions on like Wi-Fi, Yearn Finance, and like what's the best way to get into DeFi? Just going on to Uniswap and just trying to check it out?
You can get into it's as simple as setting up your wallet so where you can access Web3 browser, because you got Web 1.0, Web 2.0, which is on what we're on now, Web 2.0, and then you have Web 3.0, which is completely decentralized. So you can access that through MetaMask wallet or through a Trust wallet if you're on Android. I don't think that feature's available on iPhone right now, but get MetaMask, bro. You feel me? Any platforms access Web3 and it lays everything out. It's like a wonderland, decentralized finance, decentralized gaming. Everything is laid out simple. It's like 8 little layers, and you can click and go into each world. It has everything laid out for you.
One of the easiest ways that you can just get access without having to look for anything, for anybody that does have an Android device, you should download the Trust Wallet, TRUST wallet. And built inside the wallet, they took this feature off of the Apple phone probably about 6 months ago. But built inside the wallet, you're going to see that you have a DApp store. D-A-P-P,
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah,
which stands for Decentralized Application. So when you click on that DApp store, it's going to open up just like an app store like Google Play. And you're going to have a bunch of different decentralized applications: lending, gaming, social, gambling. And you just run through those different applications. And the way that it's going to operate, right? When you're utilizing that wallet on the mobile device, you're, like the brother said, you're using another layer of the internet. So that layer is not going to intermingle with the original layer that's on your mobile device. So it's almost like having a private or a dark web, because they're not going to connect with what you're searching for. So you can literally go into your crypto wallet, search on an internet browser, and it's not going to pop up or read the things that you're actually doing on the mobile device itself. So we know when we search for things or when we say certain things, the device feeds it back to us. That wallet ain't going to act like that. You know what I mean? So open it up, get that DApp store. And for the iPhone users, MetaMask is now available on the mobile device, and it does have a built-in browser, but it doesn't have the store. So you would have to manually go in and add each one of the applications and then bookmark the page. A website where y'all can find a long list of decentralized applications on is called DeFi Pulse. DeFiPulse. And when you get to that web page, go to the DeFi list, and you're going to see the long list of decentralized applications.
Yep. And then, another good one too. Like I use Clever. Like I mentioned, Clever Wallet is pretty legit. You can pretty much do everything, and it has a dApps browser built into it. But any sort of wallet, you can use. I don't really use Coinbase, just cause they're basically like the bank, just because
Centralized.
Yeah, like they got the banks involved with them so much, like the IRS and all that. So, but Clever is a good one. They have it. They have the dApps browser already like built into the app, along with any wallet like Coinbase wallet.
Is that available on both platforms?
Both platforms. You mean like Coinbase
to Android?
Yeah, iPhone and Android, both.
Okay, cool.
It works perfectly fine. And then also crypto.com. And they just released a DeFi wallet too. So like you can download their DeFi wallet too.
Now,
I haven't really dabbled into it much. I don't know, like
something I noticed. I went and downloaded their wallet when I was when I tried to connect it with the other app. I was reading the disclaimer, and it basically said, by connecting this wallet with the other app, you are basically giving up your rights of being anonymous. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So like with one thing being that this room is called Tech Literacy, one thing I will say as part of this, like reading is a big part of all this. So if you want to know anything, go straight to the privacy policy and terms and conditions with anything that you're using. I don't care what it is. Don't just, all right, I'm going to scroll down and just Like, you ain't got to sit there and read the whole book, but you got to know where to go read. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I will say is very important because it's a contract. Everything is a contract. Right. You know what I'm saying? They can't do to you what you won't allow them to do to you. So if they say, look, I'm finna come smack you upside the head, you be like, all right, cool, you smack me upside the head, but I just want to post this picture right quick. Shit, that what they gonna do.
In fact, anybody that really don't feel like reading all that, I actually got a podcast on iTunes called New Money Matrix, and I actually got an episode on it where I read the whole terms and conditions for the trust wallet and break down exactly what they saying. I got a question. I got a question too. And this, Jay, have y'all heard about the this blockchain city they building in Nevada? Like right on the outskirts of the Ethereum blockchain. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna unless something I heard about and forgot by now. Is it something?
I heard that Austin, Texas is the new Silicon Valley though.
Yeah. That's true. I think it's something that that we should all be researching because they based off what I'm seeing is it's actually already in motion, and they're building a city. They're building an entire city on the blockchain. Right on the outskirts of Nevada is going to be like, basically like casinos.
What's a few keywords I can put into the search? I'm about to search that right now.
Just type in blockchain city in Nevada.
Blockchain city.
Yeah. I know we got a couple minutes. Red finna get ready to close. Let's get these questions out.
All right, peace, family. Peace. I mean, I'm a beginner in all this, brother. Man, I don't know, the least bit about, Bitcoin. I just hopped in the joint because I saw my brother 19 Keys and read in it. But for somebody that's new, like myself, where do we go if we want to invest in Bitcoin or, Ethereum? Where do we go to get that knowledge of something that's trusted? I'm gonna be honest, right? We got my bro Crypto Bully in here, right? He got that space in the headlock. I would take what he got going on because he really breaks it all the way down and he doesn't make it hard to understand because it's not hard to understand. You know what I'm saying? He breaks it down, setting up the wallet, where to go from there, and basically letting you know that it's more than investing in coins. It's a whole nother world, and the space is infinite. You could really grow exponentially overnight, literally. You gotta get it.
And for anybody that's new, I got a beginner's book that I wrote, a couple of years ago for my son. Then I modified it for adults, but it's available for the rest of the year for $25, and it comes with a 30-minute consultation with myself. So, and it breaks down what is Bitcoin, what is crypto, what is centralized versus decentralized, what is proof of work, what is proof of stake, what are the exchange markets, what is a bank, how does a bank work, what is a bank run. I really get into like a real quick overload of what's going on in this space. It allows you to create a foundation, and then that 30 minutes is going to allow you to build on top of that foundation. So I do have that available for individuals that are new.
Yeah, I grab that. And then I think besides Coinbase and Cash App, what was some more that he could use to buy?
Easiest way is Cash App, bro. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Because Coinbase is cool and it allows you access to all the rest of the currencies. Just the wear and tear and what they're going to put you through to get on there, and then how they lock the accounts, and the easiest way is Cash App.
I went through that. I've lost money through 2 different Coinbase accounts, a personal and a business.
I'm already knowing, bro. Already knowing. That's why I really advise people don't even.
Yeah, I got a
Robinhood is easy as well. Hey, look, I'm gonna throw a jewel with Robinhood. You don't own the cryptocurrency though; those are just contracts. I'm gonna throw a jewel at you though. Download the Atomic Wallet. The Atomic Wallet allows you to do what are known as atomic swaps. So you can just buy Bitcoin on Cash App, send it to the Atomic Wallet, and then you can swap it out with any other currency that's on the Atomic Wallet. Litecoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Diamond. That's one of the easiest little slick ways right there.
That's Atomic Wallet. Is there a transaction fee for sending it to the...
There's a transaction fee for everything you do in this space. Everything you do over here is a commercial transaction. So there's always going to be, other than some signatures you do on the blockchains, it's a transaction fee involved with everything because that's how the system keeps running.
No, I'm saying, is it 2 transactions? Like let's say I send from the Trust Wallet to Atomic, and I send the other one to Atomic. That'll be 3 transactions, right?
No, you're not sending. You're only doing 1 transaction to Atomic, and then once you get on the Atomic, you're gonna press the exchange button.
In exchange from
exchange button, it's gonna let you swap Bitcoin for Ethereum or for whatever other currency you want.
Right. Okay. Is that atomicwallet.io?
Let me see. I know it's in the
App Store for sure.
Yeah, I know it's in the App Store.
It's in the App Store.
It is. I got you right now. Hold on. Yep, .io.
All right, perfect. Appreciate y'all, brothers.
Indeed. Yep. We're gonna make sure we answer all questions before we get out of here. So for the family that's in the audience that has any questions for the panelists, please feel free to raise your hand so we could bring you on stage and get your questions answered.
Yeah, I had a question if nobody else is in front of me.
Let's go.
But yeah, I appreciate y'all for this whole lot of game. I've been in crypto since like 2016, but I still learned a couple things here. I work for Decentralized exchanges, and I'm building my own platform right now for artists to mint their own tokens. Really just trying to make artists and fans rich. But Slice, I texted you. I'm gonna hit you up on some development stuff because a lot about what you was echoing or what you said. You know, like that's what I'm doing right now. I'm learning everything except for learning how to code. So I'm able to talk to developers officially about developing my app. But and also thank you for the PLR thing. That's some game. I'm gonna go ham on that. But what are y'all doing about taxes? Because after this is the only year ever since I've been in crypto, I haven't really converted into USD. But this year I had just to pay for my project and stuff. So I'm thinking about probably not even filing taxes. But you know, y'all know where I can learn about, you know, doing something with my taxes, like with crypto.
I'm be honest with you, I'm not a financial advisor or a tax advisor.
Yeah. No. That's why I asked. Is there a place? Yeah.
On top. Hey, no, all the time though, bro. They got an automated tax system, almost like TurboTax for cryptocurrency. If you DM me on IG, I'll send you the link. I just gotta find it. But they'll do your taxes for you just by looking through the transactions you did in your wallet.
Mm.
So I heard that if you don't do your taxes for 7 years, they could only go back 7 years in advance. But I'm gonna DM you. I ain't trying to get y'all in no trouble or nothing like that.
Right. I mean, I'm decentralized and indigenous to the land, so I don't even think about that shit. To be honest with you.
Yeah. like I'm not an advisor. I'm a consultant for sure though. Like I talk from my experience, from everything I know, because I didn't go to school for any of this, but I did start it. Within the last 2 years, just really investing my money in my education and just learn. You know what I mean? And taking what I'm learning from it. Like, I'm not just learning, okay, how does this work? I'm learning, okay, the people that's successful in it, that's winning, how long they've been doing it, and, I go first engineer. That's a big part of everything I do. That's how I get to the information I get to. So, anybody that want to get into this shit, man, don't think about it so hard. Just, get into an area you like, but figure out who winning and why they winning. That's one of the biggest parts. Like, really look at why are they winning. They're winning for a reason.
Yeah, man. Just get you a good CPA. They gonna take care of you.
That's hilarious. Hey, appreciate y'all.
What's good, y'all, man? I remember early on y'all was talking about Yachty putting out a coin. If y'all can just go back over that with me again, because I was listening, but I got a pen and paper now. I'm very interested in starting my own coin as well.
I think Forbes did an article on it, but for the most part, Yachty basically tokenized his likeness, his brand, Lil Yachty, into an NFT coin, non-fungible coin. Non-fungible token built on the Ethereum blockchain, where he can be paid in Ethereum for his work. Is tokenized on the blockchain.
But he only released one of them, and it's on Nifty. If you want to look it up, it's on Nifty Gateway. That's NIFTY gateway.com, and you can go through and see the different NFTs on there.
All right, appreciate it.
Peace, family. I missed earlier what you were saying about the virtual real estate. You were saying it's like a virtual world and you could buy actual property in the game.
Yep. Decentralized.
Check out Sandbox too. That's where I just bought a bunch of Smurfs from. I got some Care Bears, a couple guns. Check out Sandbox.
Yeah, like the augmented reality space, the virtual reality space, experience reality space, mixed reality space, all of that is already going on over there in the crypto world right now as we speak.
Heavy. Not well. Let me not say heavy, but it is though, man. Low key is heavy.
Yeah, it's its own world. It's like, once it does reach the level of mass adoption, it'll already be too late. Like whoever is over there is.
I wanna throw one thing in there too for anybody that wants to be ahead of the curve. On your Christmas list, put the Oculus Rift goggles, the glasses. For anybody who wants to get the Oculus Rift developer kit, and also look into the haptic suits, and also look into the haptic vest and whatnot. Immersion, 9D. No 4D, no 9D. Immersion technology, especially with the lockdown coming right now. You want to tap into immersion. You want to get your Oculus Rift shades. Zuckerberg is about to go completely virtual with Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook. So you'll be able to put on the Oculus Rift and be in rooms just like we're in right now. Walk up to these brothers and touch them, and sisters as well. It will be all virtual. So look into that. You want to be a developer. You don't want to be a user. You don't want to be in that space. You want to learn how to develop while the development is still, attainable, so you could be in that space.
And tap in with Bully and take some of them courses, because I'm telling you, I'm into the crypto game, and he's just pouring a wealth of information. So I can imagine what he got in his courses. So tap in.
Facts.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Yo, peace, family. My name is Jay Ames. I'm a producer out here in North Carolina.
Peace, King.
And I appreciate the gems y'all drop in. Peace. But I was wondering, if I had like say 1,000, 10,000, and I know it's not a good thing to put all your eggs in one basket, but say I did, I just want to see which one would you recommend, like the stock market or the cryptocurrency?
For me, it'd be crypto. In my opinion, these are just my humble opinions. We were supposed to get in the stock market like 50 years ago. You can make money out of it right now, but the returns that you're going to get with stocks versus the new asset class, it ain't going to compare, in my opinion.
What's the turnaround you're thinking with this crypto?
Man, oh man, this year I can tell you this. With one of my coins, I'm up over 1,500%. That's just one coin. And that's crazy.
The reason why it's infinite is because it's decentralized. Like, and one thing bro touched on, you got to think about it. Like the rarity of some of these coins, like Bitcoin. It's a lot of people that have lost wallets or lost access to their Bitcoin, or Bitcoins have been stolen. So a lot of those coins that are bought up are not going anywhere no time soon. So they can't be sold. So you got to take that into account with the price going up over time. Definitely. The rarity of it, just like the rarity of some of these, like he said, the Smurfs, the guns, the different items over there. This is going to be a virtual reality world. So, what part of real estate are you going to get over there? Are you going to open up your pharmacy? What are you going to do over there? Because somebody's going to do it if you don't do it.
So the way I would answer that, when it comes to stocks, if you're going to do that, I would look into stock option contracts for stuff that's in 2022, 2023. If you want a great upside return for something like on $1,000, then you would spread that across in a portfolio. And then you really do the same thing with crypto. That was one of the things my bro Chris Carr was teaching in our crypto master class was actually how to take $1,000, spread it across, certain crypto coins. You ain't going to win on all of them. You understand me? But the percentage that you do win, you will be on the upside.
Let me add this on to what Brother Keys was adding on. The biggest thing that I love about crypto, family, for anyone that's ever traded Forex, options, any of that, you can't get liquidated. When you're trading spot currency, because you're grabbing actual assets, all that can happen is the value of the asset can change. But you can never lose the asset itself from the value change of the asset. You follow?
That's correct. That's intrinsic value. So it will always have a value. The only thing
I also invested with Robert
is just the utility, not all of them go be good with the utility in the future. So that's why you bet on a certain percentage of them.
And I would say this, bro, if you were going to jump into crypto, the way I do, because I got a boot camp, it's a 5-day program I walk people through. I introduce them to what are known as stable coins, which are US dollar backed crypto. Some of them digital asset backed crypto dollar pegged coins. Meaning that if you wanted to step in with 10,000, but you ain't know which way to go, you can still step in, get you 10,000 worth of USDT, United States dollar tether, USDC, United States dollar coin, BUSD, Binance United States dollar, SUSD, synthetic United States dollar. And you can grab any one of these stable coins, put it into an interest-bearing account, and get compound interest paid on it while you're sitting back trying to make your decision. Then when you make your decision, you can just borrow the funds and go out and invest and leave that $10,000, $1,000 there to grow for you, and then use the extra capital.
Got you. And if I got money in Robinhood to buy crypto now, you're saying that it's not, I don't own it from Robinhood, right? Is that what you said?
You can't withdraw it. All you can do is trade. You can't do a withdrawal on Robinhood. So you don't
I can only trade crypto for crypto on there with that, or trade. Would I be able to trade into stocks? I mean,
with Robinhood, everything is USD based. So you would go from USD to crypto, crypto back to USD, from USD to stock back to USD. USD is the gateway.
Got you. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all.
All will.
Yeah.
He started to the guys on the panel. My name is Marcus Lang. I'm a real estate developer in Ohio. I just want to first thank everybody for the energy that I've been getting from you guys. I'm in Unity as well, along with the wealth standard. Been getting a lot of gain, a lot of spiritual gain, astrology through pop program throughout the whole year. So I really want to thank you for enlightenment.
Thank you for your support, my brother.
Most definitely, yeah. But I just want to put in the universe and really into the conversation. I believe the bully was speaking on like getting, when you brought up Spencer Dinwiddie, just getting the capital and getting influence around the idea of like, I believe you was talking about like an IPO for crypto, and I believe Nipsey would have been our cheat code with all of this, like, and for sure, Nipsey would have been our cheat code. But I feel like now I'm seeing his third eye awakening. He heavy on here, but I feel like Meek Mill would be next in line if we want to pitch. If anybody can get next to him, or get him on our team, I really I feel like that he could bridge that gap for us expedition.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I know one thing that we announced last night during the BWO is we will be rolling out our coin, and we will be doing the IPO. We got some money on the team that has already done it before, so you feel me? All of that's gonna come through. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, I rock with whoever that want to get in the space, especially if they black. But we ain't waiting on nobody.
That part
for sure. Hey, one thing I will say too. Shout out to the bro Keys in here, man. The wealth standard does apply to the crypto, like the discipline aspect of it, the principles of currency, all that still apply to crypto. Like, you having that knowledge is gonna take you a long way because it's not like, okay, I'm getting over into crypto and it's like life still exists. This is that whole other world that you can dominate, and it's in the early space, and maybe 1% of the world is on it right now, for real. So, and we're not just talking coins, we're talking about on it, like actually in dealing with all the different platforms within the blockchain and the multiple like it's an infinite world out there.
Man, appreciate it. One of the things that I've been introduced to is the future contracts when it comes to Bitcoin. Learning how to short them and learn how to make money on both sides of the market when it comes to it.
That's where the money
really is. Once you get into that, and then also the coins that got dividends that pay out. Like, so much money in this space, you just really got to get to all dimensions of it. You understand me? Like, anybody that's going to be teaching wealth, if they not also, number one, I like what Ray Dalio says. He say countries and currencies. That's where you diversify. You looking into countries and you looking into currencies. Diversify, right? You can't put all your eggs in one basket regardless of what you're doing.
And this is why all of the smart investors make sure that they diversify, even if they don't believe in it, because they have to, because it ain't about their belief. That's why you see people like Warren Buffett having to change his tune towards gold, right? And when you look at, technical investors like that or fundamental investors, you got to be careful because this is a brand new innovative space, right? So they thoughts are not supposed to go along with it. They supposed to be against it, right? Because they supposed to look at something like this and say it's not going to work based on the different factors. But in our generation, we want it to work simply because of that reason, because it represents wealth for us. Because of things like my brother Bully was saying, like, a good time would have been 50 years ago if you're looking at it from the stages of putting something in the stock market and then just allowing it to grow exponentially. But also we can look at it in March. We had the Black Swan dates where everything dropped down and people would have the opportunity to invest then. That was like, you understand me, investing 50 years ago when you had an upside of your money flipping, you could have became a millionaire if you knew what you had to do. Like you missed those junctures in time.
Yeah, bro. Like even with BWO, like that was amazing what y'all did yesterday, bro. And the opportunity that y'all giving out with that is a great way to come up in the stock market. You are trying to, and outside of that, just all the other opportunities that comes with it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you can't force people to take opportunities, man. Like, it's funny, and I think sometimes we don't brag enough about what we're doing because people need to see things flashy before they come to the light. Because our folks is really getting money on a daily basis. They learning skill sets to where they can teach somebody else and they can get paid. They can be independent institutions, right? So you're really talking about decentralized skill sets. You understand me? To where you ain't got to depend on nobody, and that's really the game that we giving to families. You know what I'm talking about? And this game is something that people will continue to take for granted. They will continue to take, Bitcoin Bully for granted. You understand me? They will continue to take all of us for granted until it's too late. It literally took the goddamn whole world to go into a pandemic for people to add an additional percentage of allocation towards education and their knowledge. They have to learn some skill sets. So who knows what it's going to have to take the next time. Either things becoming so successful and our people want to react to the success, but they never interact with the opportunity to invest. You understand me? When the opportunity was at its highest. So unfortunately, that's how we've been made, of people that's reactionary instead of a people that's revolutionary. Well said.
Case in point, while we're here tonight on offense, talking about the need to build out, talking about the need to come together as a brain trust, talking about the need to, share value and whatnot, and not be on defense, not be reactionaries, not be on defense, not be the defensive players of the year, but be on offense, not moving because somebody is pushing us, but moving on our own will. You know what I'm talking about? So we could do this and we could build out and we could have these solutions and we could offer the youth and other people who are willing to step up and just listen the opportunity to tap in and to, take advantage of what's out here. Because like the brothers have displayed all night, the revolution or the evolution is already taking place. It's just nobody told our people that. So while our people is running around in a victimhood state complaining and looking at themselves like victims, the whole world is elevating, the whole world is evolving and moving forward. So, I want to thank once again every single person who added value, even the brothers and the sisters that have asked questions, because that in and of itself is adding value. We're gonna take about 2 or 3 more, and then we're gonna tap out. All right, and bring that. We'll be back. If not tomorrow, we will be back one day before the end of this week.
I just want to say, if you guys can look into a stock called Jumia Technologies.
How you spell that?
The code is JMIA. It's poised to be the African version of Amazon. It's doing real good, so definitely look into that.
Another one is Neo. It's a Chinese stock. It's the Chinese version of Tesla. They competing with them right now.
How you spell that?
I'm about to throw some jewels out there on the crypto side. Y'all want to check out Mobile Coin.
It's a new privacy coin. That way you can operate on a private network and transact between each other with a private blockchain.
Real quick, Jay, how do you spell that?
Dogecoin, because I seen that was peer to peer, and I seen Elon.
Nah, leave that alone.
Leave that alone. That's a shit coin. I mean, Elon just made that pump off.
Yeah,
leave that alone.
The only reason why I said something because I seen it was peer to peer. Like everything is peer to peer. Peer to peer just means from person to person. So every cryptocurrency, whether it's centralized or decentralized, is a peer to peer network. Oh. Don't get. That's another thing, family. Don't get caught up in the words. They'll trick you over here. Like we're this and we're that. And at the end of the day, everything is that. You know what I'm saying? So read through and just see the similarities. Definitely follow my page, man. I drop a lot of jewels as far as outside of the basic norm of what you're gonna hear about on MSNBC or CNBC or what the average YouTuber is gonna show you. Dive in, see what I'm sharing, research it. Mobile coin, the UMA protocol. Definitely check out the sandbox of the virtual reality world, Decentralized, and really just dive down this rabbit hole. I've been in this rabbit hole going on 4 years now, and I still ain't reached the bottom. And I don't think it's in sight.
Also, what y'all think of MicroStrategy?
Say it again.
MicroStrategy.
Yeah, he just bought another $650 million worth of Bitcoin. Michael Saylor. And what we got to realize, family, like the brother was saying earlier, it's only going to be 21 million Bitcoins created ever in existence, right? They're saying that this is the new digital gold. This is the new asset class, and this is the head honcho. So what you're seeing now are companies like MicroStrategy, Square. In fact, there is a PayPal.
Yep.
Man, who else? It's a couple of big wig companies that came out and bought in excess of 100 million plus Bitcoins because it's not even enough Bitcoins for every billionaire in the world to have one. Grayscale Trust. Think about that, family. It's really
bought in the Libra coin.
Yeah. So let me ask this, Bitcoin. But they said that Bitcoin would could possibly be at 300,000 a coin.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I agree with it reaching $1 million a coin wholeheartedly. Even if we look at the Satoshi, which is the smallest denomination of Bitcoin, one day, let's just say that the Satoshi makes it $1, right? That means Bitcoin would be $100 million a coin. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There's no doubt in my mind that this thing is gonna do something we've never seen in our lifetime, and I ain't missing the boat.
And then you also got to realize it's being denominated in a declining currency. So like while Bitcoin is going up, the dollar is steady going down. We print more.
Right. Inflation rate going up. You know, there's another thing to talk about is what the U.S. government gonna do with their digital currency and the play that they need to roll out, especially with this money that they spiking right now. Because there is a relationship between Bitcoin and the dollar. Because right now the only measurement that people have to measure Bitcoin's value is the dollar. You understand me? So, of course, I definitely see them rolling out this digital currency, but also utilizing Bitcoin to reinstate the value within the dollar. You understand me? Because if the dollar goes down, what's the metric system for evaluating the Bitcoin value in the first place, right? And so they really, if I was them, and this is something that me and Chris was talking about, is that they would utilize that intrinsic relationship right now that the dollar has, which is the same thing that China did, essentially, is they basically back their own currency with the digital currency, right? And America can utilize Bitcoin in the same manner as backing their currency with their digital currency, which is backed by the faith and the belief in Bitcoin at the same time.
Definitely. What he's speaking about are CBDCs, which are central bank digital currencies. And what you're going to see happen is Bitcoin is going to be the world reserve currency. CBDCs are going to be that control mechanism that they utilize and that they dish out to the American people. To whereas if you run a stop sign or if you jaywalk, you're going to see your wallet immediately get depleted from the funds of the ticket that you just caught. Ain't going to be no answering, no arguing, ain't none of that. We gave you the currency, we take our currency as we so please. That's why really you see it's a flight to get the original, the decentralized version, right? Those are going to be the individuals that hold power in the new world. Those that got access to that original asset, not those CBDCs.
And I'll make sure I look into them future contracts, look into Ameritrade and things of that nature. Because
You know, that's gonna be a clever way to make money, especially as this thing go up and down. You understand me? That's a way to be able to hedge the value of your Bitcoin. As you watching it going up and down, instead you can get into some of these future contracts as they go down. You make some money, you take that money, profit, and then you go put that back into Bitcoin.
Definitely. I actually teach how to trade the futures markets on the FTX exchange. So whereas if you're holding spot Bitcoin, I can just show you how to short it every time it retraces. That way you make money on the downside, and like you said, put it right back over into the kidney.
I was gonna say that too. If you guys know about the NT4 trader, I do the same thing because I have Bitcoin. But whenever it does sell, I just leverage it and sell and make my money. And when it hits the bottom, I just buy and go back up with it. So there's techniques to it. So definitely lock in with the bully, man. Like, you know what he's saying, man.
And I also feel like the wallets are gonna play a big part. You know what I'm saying? Like being actually educated on how the wallet should work and what type of wallets are out there and the differences between them, and actually knowing, you know, centralized versus decentralized, because that's how they'll get you with the wallet. Like you said, with Robinhood, you're basically trading Bitcoin, you know, value of Bitcoin, but you're not actually owning it. You can't transfer it from Robinhood to another wallet. Now, you can do stocks on there, but you can't transfer Bitcoin from there, you know.
Facts. And they actually got decentralized applications where you can trade leverage on Bitcoin, Ethereum, a couple of other assets straight from the wallet. So what you'll be doing is a P2C transaction, which is a peer-to-contract transaction instead of a peer-to-peer transaction. It's the same form of fashion, whereas as soon as the transaction is completed, the funds are immediately crossed over into the wallet. So the funds don't leave your wallet until the transaction is submitted, and there's an even swap of coin for coin. And they also have not stock options, but they got option trades over here on the Bitcoin side, decentralized though, to where you can hedge, buy protection, sell insurance. They got insurance over here too, just in case anybody ever wondered about insurance. They got insurance for smart contract failure as well. Check out Nexus Mutual and check out Cover Protocol.
Hey man, I just want to say, on the next time y'all have one of these conversations, man, make sure y'all ping me in, man. This is like a language, and if you don't every day utilize it, it don't get stronger. You feel me? So I don't always get to have these kind of conversations. I learned Mandarin a couple of years ago, so I can utilize it in sales, but I ain't got no Chinese folks around me, so it dies off every day. So I want to keep my crypto language strong.
That's hard.
For sure.
Now, brother, what's the last two sites you just said? I got Nexus Mutual, and what's the other?
Cover Protocol.
Cover Protocol?
Yeah, because with Nexus Mutual, they do KYC for the insurance. So Cover Protocol slid in on the DeFi side and we're like, y'all can cover y'all contracts with us on the decentralized side. And both of those companies got coins out there.
So basically, they work together.
No, actually, they kind of in competition.
Oh, they're in competition. Okay.
Yeah, because Nexus is KYC, Cover Protocol ain't.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And then also credit is gonna be big too.
Okay.
What was it, bro, Alexander?
I was saying credit. There's a protocol called Smart Credit. You know, now you could lend or you could borrow, but you have to collateralize it. So when they introduce credit into the situation, you're gonna be able to borrow without having collateralized.
And that's what I was speaking about, building your credit up now if you in the space, because they're gonna look at your wallet and see what type of loans you've done. Have you been negligent in your loans? How many times you've been liquidated? You know what I mean? And that's gonna add essence or credibility to the individual user of that wallet. So I've been building mine for the last couple of years, so I know my credit is good based off top.
And what apps are used for trading and selling coins and for wallet?
Man, you can look at just for wallet, Trust Wallet, Atomic Wallet, MetaMask. For hardware wallet, Ledger or the Trezor. For the trading, you can check out Binance, Bittrex, BitMax, Polynex, FTX.
Is there any others? Coinbase? Is that legit?
I don't mess with. They legit. I just don't mess with them.
I have a really basic question. Are you all using your everyday bank accounts to upload money to these platforms? You have one bank account that you use. Is it safe to use your personal bank account?
It's multiple ways to do it, but it's so you can go the route of going to a Bitcoin machine, or You could use your, this basically, once you do use your credit card, it's a form of KYC, So it's, the option is there. You can go either way, basically.
Let me speak on this with that. A lot of people are looking at this as a way to get out of that system, right? So when you connect your bank account, what you're doing is connecting the public to the private. One of the things I teach is how to separate that. So I advise individuals on how you can enter without the whole KYC process. That way you're never combining those two worlds. That way you're able to handle all your own financial affairs over here in a private fashion versus having to have. And it ain't about hiding or trying to avoid anything. It's just, in my opinion, exactly what cryptocurrency was created for. So I'm just using it as it should be.
Right. I was thinking it wouldn't make sense to connect a centralized system to a decentralized system.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm in New Orleans and all of this is new to me, so I'm trying to figure it out. So I guess I need to figure out where my crypto ATM is.
Google Bitcoin ATMs near me. Just Google Bitcoin ATMs near me, and you'll be surprised when they pop up.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, she said connecting centralized to decentralized on a personal level. Yeah, that doesn't make no sense at all. But a lot of the plays that I'm investing in right now, like Acropolis and Alliance Block, they're connecting the institutional centralized finance to DeFi. And so I think that's going to be a major play in my opinion.
Yeah, I got Acropolis, DeFi, Delphi, the liquidity pool token, definitely in that project.
Indeed.
Did anyone else have any questions?
Yeah, we're gonna take about 2 more questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
Peace, everyone.
Peace.
I was wondering, as we're talking about this transfer of wealth, and I'm hearing the train of crypto. I'm wondering, what are your thoughts on cannabis? How the two impact each other, and how should we approach it?
In my opinion, in a minute, they're going to run hand in hand until they didn't federally make cannabis decriminalized federally yet, have they?
Not officially.
Not yet.
Okay, so with that being said, they can't bank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those that run cannabis shops, you can't use federal institutions. So, in my opinion, cryptocurrency is going to be that form of currency that they use as a reserve to keep their wealth in, as far as the cannabis goes. And then also they'll be using the blockchain, which they're already doing, as a form of distribution network to keep track of where it came from, the yield, the type of strain it was, all the way down to actually selling cannabis in token form. To whereas I may have Kush token or I may have Triple OG token, and this is the token that represents this specific strain. And you ordering this token shows proof of ownership of your order within my company. And once you get a token, that proves that you're getting your order on its way. There's a million different ways that it can be intertwined.
I've been buying my weed with Monero for the last year, so it's definitely going that way.
I know your weed man happy with his return.
Oh man, it's
just like my weed man and my barber. I try to pay everybody I do business with cryptocurrency because I know the return is going to give them versus me giving them fiat.
Exactly. I have a question. Bitcoin, blockchain bully. Where would I buy MOB, mobile coin? Is it on Binance or doesn't look like it's on Binance?
You can get it on FTX. A website you can use, bro. Anybody can use CoinGecko, CoinGecko, like the lizard.com. You can look up any cryptocurrency in the search bar. Hit the market word down below. It's going to show you exactly what market is being sold on, decentralized and centralized.
Okay, you said I could get that one on FTX?
F is in Fox, T is in Turtle, X is in X-Ray.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
I had a couple of things to share. Thank you for having this space. So I had to keep popping in and out, but I don't know if you are aware. There's a woman. She is a cosmologist. She does cardology as well. Her name is Aquarius Maximus. She runs a platform called Guapcoin, and I had the opportunity to meet her at the Black Blockchain conference at Howard University last year. When I tell y'all, it was like the most spiritual, scientific thing I've ever been a part of. Like, they even did libations in the beginning. Diana, you kind of set the stage. So one gentleman that I met there, his name is Lamar Wilson. If you ever heard of the movement called Wakanda, he now runs like a company called Sunjoin that is like a network of cannabis processors and cannabis farmers on the blockchain. So he was one of the people that spoke at that platform. He's on here right now. Somebody had asked about resources for learning about blockchain and Bitcoin. There is a gentleman who's also on here who's at the conference. His name is Isaiah Jackson. He wrote a book called Bitcoin in Black America. And I believe there's a part 2 coming out. You can find it on Amazon. And he literally paints like basic scenarios of how this technology can be used in the community. And then also, there's a gentleman named Sinclair Skinner. He's also on here. He has a company, a blockchain company. He's based out of Kenya and like a couple other places, but his goal is to just basically identify all Black-friendly places all around the world in all the countries. And they'll be like logged in the blockchain. So when you travel as a Black person, as a solo Black person, as a group, whatever, you know, like who fucks with you, who doesn't, like, you know, because these reviews are like, yeah, you can't trust them. So it's like he's created like a whole network, and like he's on here as well. And there's also I saw Slice X. He had like I think DR in his. Well, anyway, I was thinking about like Decentraland while you guys were talking. There's a coin on Coinbase called Decentraland. And it's like a virtual reality world. And like companies are paying like hundreds of thousands of dollars to freaking get like the first billboard that you see when you enter their like world. And it's like a whole situation. So
yeah, we spoke in depth about Decentraland, and I can actually vouch for a couple of individuals you spoke on. I was part of the original team that was actually incorporated with the Wakanda coin. I actually showed individuals how to sign up for the Stellar platform. Stellar X at the time is what we were using. So I worked with Brother Lamar, not so much in the development, but with the implementation of it, getting people to utilize it and whatnot. With Miss Aquarius Maximus, definitely met her when she came to Chicago. I actually have a tutorial video, more so a review video, let me say, on my YouTube channel, Chicago Crypto Hustler, of the Guap coin project. And then with Brother Sinclair, me and him was actually on Sidnetta probably about a year ago. Me and him was on Sidnetta building about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Definitely another positive brother. And then Brother Isaiah, definitely check the book out. So I can vouch for everybody you just spoke on personally myself.
Our next room that we create, I'm going to make it my my business to bring on Aquarius Maximus so she could speak on the Guap coin and also her social media platform. One of the aims and one of the purposes for these rooms until we get approved for our clubhouse is to bring together our brothers and sisters in the tech space and to add value like we're doing tonight, but also to actively, you know, identify who each person is in these spaces. I'm highly recommending that everybody follow everyone that's on the stage. Everyone, you know, tap in. So we could, you know, go further, tap into the Instagrams, go to their link trees, you know, even send a cash app or two to the brothers and sisters that were here adding value and whatnot. The purpose, like I said, is to highlight what Aquarius is doing, to highlight what Slice is doing, to highlight what crypto is doing, to highlight what Pop Darby is doing, what Keys is doing, you know, what KNOTTI is doing. Everyone that is out here active, we know that the more that we connect, the stronger we get, you know. And I really thank everybody for just opening up my eyes to new people. Like I said, my notebook is filled up with information. I'm going to be doing a lot more research. I I'm very much more interested in, you know, the whole crypto space more than I was a few hours ago, you know, and it's a beautiful thing. But please continue.
I just want to say, all the for everybody, like especially like the panelists, like all y'all connect with me, please, bro. It's an honor being on here with y'all. And this is crazy. Like I've been looking for you know, people that look like us, you know what I'm saying, to connect with on, you know, this crypto space stuff. So like this is a blessing. So I'm definitely just glad to be on there, man.
Facts. Appreciate you, bro.
And let me second that, man. It's definitely an honor to be on a panel amongst real men out here, men and women. Being able to bring some real value to the people and not have to worry about being gaffled or what the ulterior motive is.
Right.
Planet's definitely aligned for this one tonight. It's definitely going to be a lot more coming in. You know, anything y'all got going on, count me in. Any type of value I can add to it, I'll definitely bring it to you. I'm ready to build.
Say less, you know what I mean? Like I said, and like you were saying a minute ago, this is about affirming. We're taking advantage of the window that's open with this conjunction, you know, going into 21 Savage. You know, 2021 is going to be a monumental year in all of these spaces, and we're going to be we'll be with the curve. There is no digital divide. I don't see a divide. All I see is, you know, brothers and sisters who didn't meet up yet. I just see that. So let's continue to do this. Let's continue to connect. For the brothers and sisters who have friends and colleagues, family members and loved ones who are in this space, the proverbial blurs that are out there, you know, don't be shy. You know, I know some people are introverted, but speak on, you know, connect. Speak on the names that you know, the brothers and sisters who are adding value. You know, ping them the next time we have these rooms. The rooms are only going to grow bigger and more, and with that, more value will be added. And with that, more things will be accomplished. You know what I'm saying? More things, because sooner or later, we're going to begin to lay out actual objectives. You know what I mean? And then when we speak on certain sites and whatnot, we'll be speaking about our own sites and our own proprieties and whatnot. And that's coming very soon. So I just want to thank you, everybody, again, for doing what you do. You know, you are appreciated.
Man, I want to thank everybody in this room. I want to thank my brother Red. You know what I'm saying? When we spoke about it, we both agreed that, you know, a lot of the conversation that we was hearing on Clubhouse was dope. And like Red was saying, like that he might come in the room and just be listening, and they gonna bring him on. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely the time to start getting these talks going, and not just the talk. We putting the action behind it. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't just a talk today. This was a brainstorming session. This was we was actually problem solving in real time. So it was amazing. So I just want to thank everybody in this room, man, and I got to learn a lot tonight as well. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah, this was beautiful, man. I got to give a special shout out to my homie D Riley. He introduced me to this platform. I ain't know nothing about it, to be honest. He's like, bro, you got to get on here. So, you know, it's definitely an honor to be here and share the information and actually had a crowd interact the way they did to see value in it. 2021 coming in the town, family. It's time to get prepared, you know, for this economic reset, the economic collapse that we're seeing right in front of our eyes.
Right. I want to ask one question before we tap out, and this is directed to both Slice and Bitcoin Bully. Can you speak to the esports space and how we could utilize the esports space to monetize and to, you know, and to grow?
Definitely. In fact, I got one better for you. What I want individuals to check out, right, which is something that we'll be able to utilize. It's called Bet Protocol. Bet Protocol is an esports and casino tech solution. It allows you to customize platforms that allow you to interact with esports and bring back a capital off of it. So that's something that we can definitely utilize off the top of my head.
Dope. Dope. Indeed. Slice, anything that you want to add on to the esports conversation?
I think it'll be dope to tokenize our own likeness, you know what I'm saying? Being that, you know, we had so many talented players growing up that didn't get to, you know, have any control over their likeness or, you know, didn't get any money from the jersey sales or any of the ancillary rights that come with being a player.
Right. I totally agree.
Be dope to tokenize their likeness and, you know, even tokenize their characters that are probably going to be in this new fantasy draft over in, you know, the crypto world and, you know, the new things that are coming.
Dope, dope. Now that's a beautiful thing, bro. I appreciate that. So yeah, man. With that being said, we are going to bow out. We're gonna end the room. Like I said, everybody that's on the stage, for the family that's in the audience, please make sure that you follow these dope individuals in real life. Brother KNOTTI, Brother Jay, Bitcoin Bully, Pop Darby, Slice, Brother Red Pill, 19 Keys, you know, Brother Alexander, Master. And yeah, we'll be back later on this week with another one. And we'll, you know, you'll get the alerts when we do launch our next room. All right.
So,
all right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace and love.
Appreciate y'all. Blessings.
Peace, Keys.
Hey, I want to thank the brother Pop Darby. Make sure I follow y'all on IG, bro. Like, we gotta connect, bro. Like, I got so much to learn from y'all, bro.
Yes.
Hey, bro. I see you from Dallas, bro. I'm gonna definitely tap in. I'm out here right now.
Tap in with me in Dallas. Another thing you were speaking about esports. Like, I know I'm connected with. I'm in the arena like heavily, bro. Cause
okay.
I mean, I played semi-professionally, like in the 2K. Like, I was like basically like the only G League like last year for like the 2K Pro on the 2K Pro Am scene. So like I know like a lot of the like big influencers that's in that arena. So and then I also know
connecting with Danny, bro.
Yeah, Danny's my boy. That's like you know what I'm saying? Like I seen Danny build that from when it was just an idea all the way to a 15,000, 20,000 square foot arena. You know what I'm saying? Like
he was in that loft.
I was there. You know, I helped market a couple of events for the 2K events that we was having there. So you know, that's something that I've heard him speak about, but like I say, I'm not like just huge like on coding, but I understand I understand tech. You know what I mean? Like to a sense to where like when we having these conversations, I can understand like what you guys are talking about. So it's just good to be able to bridge that gap. Like you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, Red. What we talking about is his brother built a whole esports arena, one of the first black-owned esports arena, especially in Texas. I don't know if there's anyone other in the country, but he got his own esports arena. And he basically like the D League to the 2K Pro Am League, which is the esports NBA 2K League.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, he in Dallas, and so if y'all want to get connected with him, feel free to reach out.
Pop is in Texas. So I know that he would definitely want to tap in. I was introduced to a esports arena in Atlanta, a black-owned esports arena in Atlanta, right near the shit. Yeah, my thing dropped. Hello?
Wait,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they dropped me out for I don't know what that was about.
Same thing happened to me. It happened to me first.
Right. So yeah, there's a black-owned esports arena in Atlanta, right near Clark Atlanta University. When I go back down there, I'm gonna link up with the brother because we've been talking about doing a little launching a little tournament and whatnot, and aim it at some of these youth that are out here that are at risk and whatnot, and give them an opportunity to tap into these arenas and get it in.
Yeah.
So
and the reason we chose the 2K was just because it's in our culture, like you know what I'm saying.
Of course.
So it's been pretty dope, bro. Just seeing what's being built out here, man.
Hey, yo, family. Just a side note, man. 19 Keys got I think he got like a spammer. Somebody just on Instagram, I think got a fake page going as 19 Keys _ and they just added me and shit. I don't know if it's him or not. So if y'all,
the best way to know is like, bro, is just look at the followers.
Followers.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Follow me. Like, I'm like, that's some random
pretty
shit.
easy to tell. It's.
Yeah, that's an epidemic going on right now with those bots, and they've cloned a lot of us. So
what they doing with that? With those money, you trying to tap in on niggas' accounts and shit.
Well, yeah, you got the Forex bots. You got the
Forex. Right next to Red, and it'll say he followed me. I'm like, come on, fake ass page. I'm sitting right next to him.
Yeah, they going crazy with that. So I don't know. I'm trying to get to the bottom of who's behind that. But you got the clone pages, and then you got those trade bots and those Forex spammers and whatnot.
Crazy.
But I think the government is behind some of that. Right.
I appreciate y'all following me back, man. That's love, man. And I'm tapping in. I stay locked in with y'all. So again, I appreciate y'all. Follow me. I follow back for sure.
Okay.
Stay connected, man. We a tribe, man. The vibes attract the tribe. So I salute you, y'all, brothers, man. Kicking that good vibe, man.
Salute, y'all.
Hey, that's facts, though. Hey, I want to be. Hey, y'all make sure y'all ping that shit for me, bro. I want to be in all of these rooms y'all create, bro. When y'all create them, bro. Like I want to be in it, bro. All right, bro. Yeah, man. Any way I can, bro.
You already. We doing this.
I'm trying to build cities on the blockchain. Like that's what my mind at, bro. So like when I get, around individuals like y'all, like this what I'm on, bro.
When we meet up in the physical, Jay, you owe me 40 push-ups because we don't say try, we just do it.
You right. I 40.
Yeah. We don't. You're not trying, King. You build. We gonna do it. We gonna do that.
You 100% right, bro.
Yeah. We veggie back. You know what I'm talking about? We do a veggie back. So I promise you, with the amount of value that was added tonight, and with all of the keys and all of the gems and just all of the doors that were opened up, I know for a fact that anybody who's in this space that want to push through and make it happen, you can do it. I promise you. That's why I encourage the brothers and the sisters to. It ain't about following. Nobody cares about just the ego part of that. We want you to tap in, because if you have connections, if you are a liaison, if you're a bridge, if you have questions, if you have added value, that's how we're going to be able to network while these windows are still open. So we're very serious and we're very adamant about doing what we do. Everybody's active. You feel me? But we know that the network is our net worth. So we're going to be doing more of these. We're going to bring in more brothers and sisters who are going to add value. Like I said, Aquarius Maximus is going to blow your mind when she comes on and she talks about what it is that she's been doing and what it is that she's going to be doing leading up to 21 and whatnot. So, like I said, with that being said, and this was recorded, so we'll have access to the files so we could shift through it. I don't believe in adding all of this value and shit just cutting off, because whoever owns Clubhouse, they got a copy. You know what I mean? So we got one too. So, tap in if you want to receive a link. I'll be able to send that. I'm going to upload it. I even created a page called ktlclubhouse.com so we don't lose access to the value that we're creating and whatnot. So if anybody wants access to this Red Talks for tonight, hit me on the inbox. I'll make that available to you. I'm uploading it as soon as I end this room. And with that being said, love and light to the family. Y'all stay dangerous and keep your heads up. All right. Peace.
Peace, bro.
Peace. Yes, sir.